What it good be, hopefully it's what it should be. This your boy N.O.R.E.
What up, it's DJ EFN.
And this military crazy wall, motherfucking Drink Champs Radio. Make some noise! Now, this guest here that we got today, when you talk about thug motivation, when you talk about a hustler's hustler, when you talk about a man that's grind after grind, stay relevant, stay everywhere, stay with a hit record, hit album, classic album, whenever he wants to come. I thought this was a mixtape I was about to talk about, but they said no. This is a full-fledged album. Last time we had him on, we thought he was going to depart from his label, but they here, and this is going down. He is constantly. He's a BET Award winner just like us.
That's right.
Nominated for 4 times the Grammys. But like I said, this is one of the real ones. So we're going to stand up, we're going to salute him, and off top, EFN, we're gonna give him his flowers.
Let's go.
First thing we doing. First thing we doing. Let's give him his flowers. First thing we doing is give him his flowers.
Drink Champs flowers, okay.
Yes, because this is your third time. This is your.
These are real ones right here.
Yeah, these are real ones.
Those don't die. Those don't die. They don't like your career.
They don't die.
It's better than the Grammy time.
That's right. That's what Snoop said. That's what Snoop said. That's right. So I'm gonna go ahead and pop my champagne immediately. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So Jeezy, you know, going through your discography. Man, you got hit after hit after hit. Man, you put in a lot of work. But have you ever came close to your career, like people try to cancel you?
Oh, of course.
Really?
Yeah, all the time. I think this morning. Didn't happen though.
Right, didn't happen.
I got a lifetime subscription.
Right.
It's just solid.
So
but the only thing that kept me from getting canceled, you know, even though they couldn't. And that's what the whole Can't Ban the Snowman shit came from.
Oh yeah, that's right, in the schools.
Yeah, I mean, it started there.
Shit, you was like the first canceled. Yeah. Damn, I forgot that.
And I didn't even understand that because I was like, damn, how y'all gonna stop people from wearing a t-shirt? You know what I mean? So that was confusing. But as I went on in my career, I started to realize, like, when you make decisions that, you know, that's gonna better you or your team or the people around you, everybody might not like that.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And it's just like, is that crabs in a barrel syndrome. It's just like, you know, everybody ain't gonna agree, so it's like, let's cancel them. But see, what they didn't know is they ain't put me in that position anyway. The streets put me in that position.
Right.
In the streets, we don't cancel people. You just expire.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Right. You go to the penitentiary or you go into that wooden box. Right. You know what I'm saying? I dodged one, which was a penitentiary. So, you know, I mean, you know, Snowman is immortal, baby. It's like, this is real. This is what it's about. You know what I'm saying? I lead by example. And the moves that I make is show people like, or to show the real ones, like, you don't gotta live by nobody's rules. Don't let nobody box you in because that's the standard for them. And people want you to be the old you all the time, so that makes them feel comfortable being who they are. You feel what I'm saying?
I respect that.
Because I couldn't sit down and talk to the old N.O.R.E. He probably had like 5 choppers right here.
He was a different dude.
So this is your
Yeah, Cognac.
Is the name N.O.R.E?
Yeah, the name is N.O.R.E. I partnered up with some people out of France.
Okay, it looked like some French shit. I
So
knew that.
We got Cognac, we got gin, we got vodka. Yeah, N.O.R.E. is a spirit, so y'all give it up for that, baby.
Let's give it up for that.
And if y'all didn't know my history when it comes to drinks, so first I had
I'll be on.
No, but I had a Grey Goose situation, right? I had a Grey Goose.
Directly with Grey Goose, right?
Yeah, I had a deal with Grey Goose, and I peeped it early. It's like, So y'all want to give me a little money to go out here and push your brand, but it's not mine.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And where I come from, it's like, that's like somebody giving me something on consignment. That's not mine. Right. You know what I'm saying? So I wanted my own brand, and when I got out of that deal, I went and sat down with my business partner, which is one of my mentors, and we built Avion up and sold it to Pernod Ricard. And I had
you got a good check. Look at your face. Look at your face. Look at your face. We sold it.
Yeah.
His eyes lit up. Right. We sold it.
That's a big deal. You don't have a company and you sell it.
But it happened though, because I was like, oh, I don't know about this rap shit.
Right.
But it taught me, because he went on to do Terramundo with The Rock, and Proper 13 with Conor McGregor, and I went on to do this with what I learned from him. Right. So this is like, if you come from where I'm from, this is like having the whole damn liquor store. Right. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. You know what I mean? Like, you got gin, cognac, and vodka. Like, you know. Right. So yeah.
Good move, dodging the Proper 13. You ever tasted that?
I have.
It's horrible.
Yes, it's horrible.
It's horrible.
I'm not a whiskey guy.
I'm a Japanese whiskey guy, so I don't really like Scotch whiskey.
Like
so no disrespect, Conor McGregor. I don't know.
The old N.O.R.E. wouldn't drink Japanese whiskey.
Yeah.
That's what I'm trying to say. The old N.O.R.E. wouldn't drink Japanese whiskey.
So I'm listening to the Breakfast Club.
Right.
I believe yesterday, or was it today? Yesterday. I think it was yesterday. And Freddie Gibbs come on.
Right.
And then they say something, they say, this is the first time y'all seen each other. I think y'all seen each other in the airport, and y'all got to speak. So how was that? Was that something that you wanted to do?
I mean, this the thing, bro. I ain't never had no issue with Gibbs, man.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I always knew he was going to pop, he was going to be on. And what I think about all this in music, or really any of this shit, street and everything, it just be a lack of communication.
Right. No, he said he was wrong. I think he.
And I respect that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because I didn't understand it.
Right.
But from where he was coming from, that's how he saw it. But if we communicated, I could have been like, nah, bro, that ain't that.
You know what I thought? And this is me looking from the outside in. That's the inside. I'm looking out. Right. I always thought that, I think that how Ross was, at the time, it was like you and Ross was taking shots at each other, right? And it felt like Meek kind of had Ross back. Right. And it felt like maybe Gibbs wanted that same thing for you, or you wanted that same thing from Gibbs. I think that's where the communication kind of, you know what I mean?
I think what happened on my end is that, you know, I was trying to get him a deal, which I wanted him to have, but I couldn't. So it was a lot of frustration there.
And the right deal, I'm assuming.
Right, the right deal.
Right.
And it's just like, I didn't want to hold him up, and I'm like, bro, I don't try this every way. And it ain't that you not gonna get a deal. Yeah. It's just, I can't get it.
But you've been young in that sense, you know what I'm saying? Like because you know what it is? You was really like the hottest thing in America.
And I'm gonna be honest, I learned a lot about that too, because I was in my own bag.
Yeah.
You feel what I'm saying? So I was doing things, but I was still trying to keep my career where it was at too. So I learned a lot from that experience, but I do feel like, you know, if you really got an issue with another grown man, when you see him, you're gonna feel like that.
Right.
I ain't feel like that. You know what I'm saying? I was just like, what up? You know, it's like, because we had some good times. It was the miscommunication. Right. By the way, every situation I ever been in the streets or music, has been a miscommunication or either somebody talking in between people. You know how it go. If I tell you something and you tell him, by the time he get over there, it's a different. And he said what? You feel what I'm saying? And that ain't even what he said. You feel what I'm saying?
You know what's crazy to hear you say that? I'm listening to your music, and then I think you admitted to you being wrong in the Ross beef. Like you was like that was crazy for Gibbs to say that to you. But then I'm listening to your music, and I'm like, oh shit! It kind of went through. I was like,
I feel
again this miscommunication.
Because again, I'm walking down South Beach, you know, leaving the club. We like 300 deep.
Right.
You know, I'm off that. We was drinking 1800 back in Quavo.
Okay.
I'm popping.
Oh yeah.
I'm out.
I remember this video.
King. You know what I mean? Malcolm X shit.
Yeah, you coming out of Cameo.
I'm just talking. You know what I mean? Whoever wanted, you know what I mean, they get it. Next thing you know what I'm saying?
It's Ross and them taking it personal. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, so, you know, I'm a man. I'm not going. It was an issue. That's again.
Right.
Wasn't no issue though.
Right.
When I found, you know, Khaled. Shout out to Khaled.
Oh, Khaled made that right? Khaled made that right? I ain't gonna lie. pardon me for cutting you off a little bit, but me just hearing y'all together, like listening to y'all, I was like, damn, I'm so glad they squashed their beef. Word.
But that's the thing, like it ain't, unless it's family or money, it ain't no beef.
Right, that's real.
It's just miscommunication, bro. And that's the problem with the culture the way it is now. Like, they ready to kill something about nothing. Right. You know what I'm saying? Like, ain't no integrity in that. You know what I'm saying? We done went to war as a country several times, and once you done doing what you gotta do, you still gotta figure it out, because you gotta coexist. You feel what I'm saying? So even with the Ross thing, I would say like it just took hip hop. You know hip hop?
Right. Yeah.
Because I know hip hop because he was. I was working at his studio.
Oh, okay. He's about the actual hip hop, the person. My bad.
He hip hop.
Okay.
Yeah. And Khaled, because I trusted Khaled.
Right.
And he was like, yo, I just want to get y'all to sit down, but it's just like. It's just like, I'm thinking to sit down, it's like me and like 50 of my homies and whoever he bring. And he's like, no, you gotta sit down, just you and Ross. Right. And he was wanting to do the War Ready record. And I'm gonna tell you the irony of that. So, Khaled sat us down immediately. You know if you feel something, if it's an issue. Right. It was like, oh, you ain't say, I was like, nah, oh, I ain't, you know what I mean? Right. So now we at that. So we chopped it up, you know what I'm saying? I had Avion back then, so we took each other's, drinks, swapped them out, took pictures, like show love.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Right, but then let me tell you the irony of that. So we do the verse, you know what I'm saying? I went turkey ham on that motherfucker. But he wants to shoot the video. He wants to shoot the video in New Orleans. I think it's like Super Bowl or All-Star game.
Okay.
Why when they send the treatment, all the video is us and people around us shooting a bunch of real AKs. Oh, but they got blanks in them. So I'm just like, hey, so you at a video shoot all years, pop, 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 but it's a War Ready song with two people who just sat down prior, you know what I mean? So it was like, it was tense. You feel me? Yeah, it was tense, real tense. But shout out to Ross though, man. Like, even we went on tour and got money together, and we trade game all the time because all of us are not the same. You know what I'm saying? And everybody got a different skill set. Right. You know what I'm saying? He's good in his departments. I'm good in mine. You have other people that are good in theirs. So when you're able to sit down, chop it up and talk about business and future shit, it's bigger than just music.
That's maturity too.
Right. It's bigger than music. It's like, yo, I'm doing this. Right. You know what I'm saying? You want to support here or you want to get in, and vice versa. Right. And I think that's, at the end of the day, really what it's about. You gotta have money to live, money to survive. You know what I'm saying?
And money to have fucking fun.
Right.
So I tell you something. I seen you since you came into this game. Last time I seen you, we was in LA. You were literally by yourself. Right. And it was the most peaceful I've ever seen you in life. Right. Like you were literally comfortable dolo. Like you walked in, you had a little bit of tequila, you were chilling, we had you to the side, we had a drink, me, you and Fat Joe. Yeah. And then it was you just stayed the whole time just by yourself. Like I wanna say what is it called? When you Zen?
Yeah.
I felt like you had a meeting with Phil Jackson.
Yeah.
And then you came into this party. Like, where's this new Jeezy energy? Like I could feel peace in your life.
I never needed validation, but I think when you strip the stereotype down and go with what it is being a man first, and I've been on the front line with anything I've ever been involved with. There's some people who like Pablo Escobar. I was like El Chapo. I'm on the front line. You feel what I'm saying? And once I realized that, when you get done paying for enough lawyers, you know what I'm saying, paying, lawsuits and all these different things because somebody around you reacted or done something. These civil suits, you're back against the wall. People suing you $50, $60 million. Right. And it just dawned on me like, you the one gonna make sure you straight. Right. You know what I'm saying? So I'm gonna take care of me. I don't need to get on the front line for you. Right. That's on you now. Right. You know what I'm saying? So for me, I just rather roll dolo because I know I got the S on my chest. Meaning like I ain't took nothing from nobody. Right. I'm a man of integrity. You ain't gonna go no hood, no block. I mean, from here to Lauderdale, people knew me before rap. Right. For getting money and being who I said I was. So they have respect for me. So even if I'm in somebody's city, I'm still good because it ain't no bad energy like I done something or took something from you. And then when it comes to, the other stuff, like the rap shit, I don't move like a rapper. I move like a grown ass man.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like I ain't playing. You feel me? Like that's that. You know, whatever it's gonna be, it ain't gonna end here.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So,
but it has to be some type of super growth, because I remember me first time seeing you and in Atlanta with BMF all over. I'm talking about it's BMF shirts all over.
Here in Miami, crazy,
all over. And like for you to go from that and be that comfortable there, and I can see that same comfortability with you by yourself.
I mean, it's peaceful, bro. I don't have to deal with everybody else's issues, man.
Because I'm not there yet. By myself.
I'm
almost. I'm not there. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
I'm getting lighter and lighter. It's like
ain't but 3 other seats in the Maybach. So
Keep impressed, as a matter of fact.
Yeah, we go lighter. But go ahead.
I mean, I just feel like you just come to a point where you good with you, man. You know, it's like that's real love, bro. Like you got self-love. You don't really need no validation from the outside. I just feel like that. You know what I'm saying? I know I like to do what I like to do. Everybody might not be into that.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I want to go to a party dolo and sip, you know, champagne and N.O.R.E. with N.O.R.E. without it being uncomfortable. You like, yo, who is all this? You know what I'm saying? You got your people there, and you know, Fat Joe come around, so it ain't extra. And when you get to a certain point of the game and you risk it all like I have, and you don't want to lose it all, you don't even want to play like that no more. Because it only take you one time, you're up out of here, you're going to lose everything you got.
I started to appreciate being lighter during the pandemic. Because it would be like it's just you and your lady, you and your wife.
You had no choice at that point.
Yeah, you had no choice. You had to take a test.
Unless you was in Atlanta, though.
Yeah, no, Atlanta.
Atlanta was playing. Miami got wild.
No. I'm gonna be honest. Atlanta is loose. Like Atlanta. Listen to me. I love Atlanta. We just came from Atlanta. We just won an award in Atlanta.
By the way, congratulations.
Yes, thank you, DJ, congratulations. So, man, moving around, because let's get to Quick Time of Slime, right? Okay, let's get to Quick Time of Slime. Okay, so because Jeezy been on twice, but we didn't have Quick Time of Slime, and we didn't have Rose.
Quick Time for Slime.
Yeah, Quick Time of Slime. Can you explain the rules, EFN?
So we're gonna give you 2 names, 2 things. You pick one, and we good. You pick both or neither the political correct question.
Pick one.
If you pick something, you good. We good. If you say both or neither of them, meaning you opt out of even answering, then we all drinking.
But we drink with you. We don't leave you out.
We all drinking.
Yeah, we drink with you.
Cool.
What's it called again? No, I ain't gonna lie. No, it sound hard. It sound hard. It sound like something you drink 4 a.m. in Paris after you had some crepes. You know what I'm saying? Or you pour it on your crepes. Are you ready? You ready?
Let's get it.
Okay, Tupac or DMX?
Tupac.
Oh, that was easy. Okay. Jay-Z or Nas?
Jay.
Okay. Dungeon Family or Wu-Tang Clan?
Dungeon Family.
Damn, y'all Atlanta.
He answered everything.
Always Atlanta. Atlanta. You can never catch an Atlanta nigga with that question. Shorty Red or Drummer Boy?
Shorty Red.
We might not take shots.
Jeezy ain't play.
Jeezy's serious. Okay. Ooh. Outkast or UGK?
UGK.
Okay. Yeah, I respect that. Young Thug or Future?
Future.
Little Baby or Gunna?
Little Baby.
No Limit or Cash Money?
Cash Money, baby.
Magic City or Blue Flame?
Magic City, man. What you talking about, man? You should take a shot anyway. It's sick too easy, man.
We get the regular. The regular, hell yeah. Oh yeah, I'm taking a shot with y'all. Y'all ain't skipping me. Get the fuck out of here. We went to Magic City. I couldn't throw the money correctly. Like my shit. That's how I know I'm a New York. I'm old school New Yorker. I couldn't get it together. I was throwing a lot, but it was just sticky, nigga. Everyone was looking at me like, Slime, what are you doing?
It's wrist work.
Even my wife was like, come on, get your life together.
You gotta flick your wrist a certain way.
Yeah, it just wasn't working for me that day.
You're gonna give somebody a concussion if you hit him in the head.
Yeah.
Right.
I wasn't ready for the concussion part. Yeah, you ain't got the regular Ciroc? Oh, he getting it? All right, cool.
We drinking.
All right, y'all drink. I'll owe a shot. Okay. Zaytoven or Metro Boomin?
Metro Boomin.
Metro Boomin. New Jack City or Minister Society?
Ooh, New Jack City. I'm about to get money.
Okay, yeah, that's right. Because Minister Society was, okay. All right. ATL Jacob or 808 Mafia?
ATL Jacob.
DJ Khaled or DJ Drama?
DJ Drama. I love.
I got a mixtape coming right now.
We got a mixtape coming.
He's making this quick time with slime for real. It's quick time.
Yeah. I ain't gonna lie.
Wait, I got So Def or Bad Boy?
Bad Boy.
Atlanta airport gonna be real.
Yeah.
Ye or Pharrell?
Ye.
Ye?
Yep.
Loyalty or respect?
Loyalty.
Loyalty.
Wow.
Why? This is easy. This is the first easy.
The quickest.
That's the quickest.
Quick time with slime.
Yeah, you know your shit.
Yeah.
You ain't playing. But why? Why loyalty over respect?
Because if somebody respects you, they're gonna be loyal.
Right.
You know, somebody can respect you and not be meaning like somebody can have love for you, and still not be loyal.
Right.
But if somebody's loyal, there's something there.
Right.
Like you might not even like me. You know what I'm saying? But you're not gonna do nothing to cross me out because you like, you know what? He brought me in the game. Or he showed me something. He gave me a craft. It's just like I ain't gonna do that.
Right.
You know, and where I'm from, you know, I would rather, you know, that's what kept me alive. Loyalty.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? That's what kept me out of the penitentiary. Loyalty. Like my you know, my older cousin that did 15 years for me, or 10 years. It came out. You know what I'm saying? That was loyalty.
Right.
It wasn't that he didn't throw me under the bus because he respected me. He was loyal. He was like, you got shot. Right. You know what I'm saying? You can be something. So I'm gonna go ahead and, you know, take this time to lay down and, you know, make sure you're good. So shout out to him for making sure.
Yeah, man. Yeah.
Shout out to Goldmine for making sure y'all got a young Jeezy, because if he wouldn't have sat down, there wouldn't be no me. But I'm gonna take a shot to that.
Come on. Okay, oh my God.
You shot still not ready?
Yeah, come on.
The fuck?
Guys being racist over here. Giving me watermelon.
Mr. Lee?
I'm offended, I'm offended. Although I love the watermelon. So I don't know.
Gotta love the watermelon.
Yeah, you gotta love the watermelon. Yo, Jeezy, man, salute to you, man.
Salute to you, too.
man. Salute, man.
For sure.
The team came, they was ready. You had a promotional truck outside. You ain't playing around. Every time you come to Drink Champs, you don't play around.
Yeah, man.
First time you came, you had girls. What happened to the girls?
Shit, they weren't loyal.
No, they weren't loyal. Okay. Oh, man, all right, look. I just went through your discography.
Okay.
You know I'm dyslexic.
Which is crazy, by the way.
So, yeah. So we got the Freddie Gibbs question. But Back featuring Yo Gotti.
Right.
How did that record come about?
Gotti, me and Gotti came in the game together. You know what I'm saying?
You just performed with his artist at the BET Awards.
Yeah, shout out to ESG.
I was there after I won.
We were right there. We were on stage.
Yeah,
we was on stage.
Yeah, don't forget that part.
Yeah. Don't forget that part.
Yeah, shout out to Gotti. Like, you know, like with Gotti, man, me and Gotti was still in the street, like we probably be getting money together. That's just how we cut. You know, Memphis and Tennessee and Georgia's like hand in hand. But me and Gotti came in the game together when I was running around doing my first mixtape run. Like for Streets is Watching and Trap or Die. That's when I met Gotti in Memphis. And I didn't know that's what he was doing, music. Right. I knew him as a street guy. Right. Like he knew me.
That's crazy.
So we kind of just grew up through the ranks and always stayed in touch. He's like, you know, like when me and Gotti sit down, we talk about life. It don't really be about music, you know what I'm saying, as much. And I just hit him sometimes. He hit me about Act Right. And I was like, yo, he said, yo, I want you to get on this record. And I was like, yo, I'll do it. But I just signed this artist from Cali, which was YG. I was like, you know, YG got to be on it with me. He was like, cool, run it. And I said, one more thing. He was like, what's that? I said, we got to shoot the video in the Bay. We got to go to East Oakland and shoot the video. He was like, let's do it. So all that happened like that.
Wow.
So that's the kind of report we got.
YG signed you. He still signed you?
No.
Okay.
But I brought YG, I had him from Def Jam and brought him over with me.
Wow.
And we did his first album. His first album, I think. Might be 2 times platinum. It's crazy. My Crazy Life.
Okay.
I think it is My Crazy. No.
He flossing on us. Go ahead. He flossing on us.
But I, you know, at the same time though, you know, I didn't never want to, you know, say that, but I kind of felt like that was an accomplishment of his own to even put a artist that was from, you know, the West Side, California, in the mix like that.
What made you want to shoot it in the Bay though? Why not?
Because I knew it was gonna be. I knew it was gonna be like. That's what you wanted. You wanted that real.
The hyphy.
And that was crazy because it was like when we first went out there, you know, we out there with the trailers, it was like 10 people out there. When the word got out, it was like 7,000. You know what I'm saying? People going dumb in the streets, you know, doing the crazy, you know, ghost riding the whip, you know what I mean? So shout out to the Bay for the love. But Act Right, or not Act Right, but Back, I hit Gotti up and he I sent him the beat and he just put a verse on it. And then I heard something he said in the verse, and then I chopped it up and made it a hook. And then sent it back. And then told him to put a verse on it, and then I put a verse. So I put the song together. So we didn't have a concept. He just said something about Back, and I just put it together and dropped it like that.
Okay, so let's address the elephant in the room. Let's talk about Snowfall.
Oh yeah, Snowfall.
So that's the new album, because by the time this is out.
It's out.
Yeah.
Shout out to DJ Drama. You know, a lot
Shout
of
out
people don't
Drama.
know how me and Drama got in the game. Like, by the way, Drama didn't even want to do my first mixtapes. You know what I'm saying?
He was too Hollywood back then?
Yeah,
okay.
He was type.
He was on his light skin shit.
He was living in.
Okay,
definitely
okay.
light skin.
All right. I understand.
High yellow.
High yellow. Yes.
You know, I came over his house. He lived in the hood on Boulevard, 4th Ward. You know what I'm saying? I'm getting money for real.
You say 4th Ward?
Yeah.
Sounds
getting money for real. I'm living in Buckhead at the time, right? I live with, you know, I'm living. You feel me? I come over his house. He asked me to take my shoes off. He stay in the hood. I'm like, yo, who's this? Who's this yellow? You know what I'm saying? And
You gotta respect that.
You
gotta respect that.
and he started doing my show tapes for $100, and I kind of seen what he was doing. I was like, yo, I want you to do a tape, and he was like, nah, you ain't hot enough. I'm like, shit, I got money. Yeah, that's hot. You feel me? And we went back and forth for months and months, and then he just finally decided to do it. And I took him a bunch of songs over there, and we did Streets is Watching, which was supposed to be called G's Up at first, but I changed the name at the last minute. And when I done it, I was already working on Trap or Die. I just didn't tell him that. You know what I'm saying? So then, you know, of course I went back in. I was just like, I put this mixtape out, and I started to see some momentum, but I'm like, how can I do it bigger? So this is when I went and got all the footage I had and made a DVD for Trap or Die, and then put Trap or Die out with the DVD. And to this day, like, probably the best thing I ever done. I remember being in the studio with Trick and Jazzy Faye, like I'm about to put out a mixtape, and they're like, you're crazy, why would you give your music away for free? He talking, I was pressing up, 500,000-600,000 CDs and passing them out, you know what I'm saying, at clubs, me. You know what I'm saying?
Rumors of you having a Lambo and shit like that.
I was passing out of my Ferrari. I go park my Ferrari at the top, go out there with my little crew.
Okay, tell me. I just wanted to. He was passing out your mixtape.
Yeah.
His own mixtape.
To get signed or get exposure in a Ferrari.
Yeah.
Okay, I just want to make sure I got
By the way, I was doing Boys in the Hood shows with Boys in the Hood, and we was getting paid $1,000
at the same
all
time
together.
as this.
As it was coming up. And I'm in a Ferrari. Yo, it was so crazy. It's 4 of us and the manager. We spend $200 a piece. I got $500,000 in the front of the car, the trunk. I'm like, I'm confused. You know what I'm saying? I'm just like, you know what I'm saying? And I'm being real. And it got to the point where I'll just let them keep the money because it was like it wasn't gonna do me any good. You know what I'm saying? But I wanted to. My point in case was I wanted to do anything to get myself out of the situation I was in.
And that was before Bad Boy did a deal.
We gotta take a shot for that, man.
Yeah.
We gotta take a shot for that. Goddamn, I'm sorry.
And so Drama did Trap or Die, and I think Trap or Die made Drama a believer, but it also, saved my life. It took me out.
Coño, brother.
Oh shit. That's that.
My bad.
That's that watermelon kicking in.
Yeah, that's that watermelon. Word, my bad.
Be careful with that shit. Shot, baby.
Yeah, salute to N.O.R.E, motherfucking Jeezy, goddamn.
Yes, sir.
But if Khaled and DJ Drama was to really battle on verses, you coming out with Drama?
I think I'm gonna be a spectator.
He'd have to be on both sides.
Yeah.
They've got records.
But you did pick Drama though, right?
Yeah, because I picked Drama because we got history. Not that me and Khaled.
But you trying to say Khaled's the iller DJ though? That's what you're trying to say.
I look at Khaled as more of an artist though. For me.
Drama's an artist too.
No, I think they're kind of in the same vein.
Drama don't like people not calling him an artist. That's what this whole thing is about.
That's that light skin shit.
Is that light skin shit?
They both DJ club, they both DJ radio, they both put out albums.
Right. I rock with both of them because Khaled gave me a shot too. So I want to be clear about that. I remember we was all at this club, remember it's called Amnesia?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
It was all
Opium?
Amnesia, about 400 deep.
I remember. I was there. I was actually there.
Right.
You know the irony of you saying
I was working
amnesia.
Blue Da Vinci's record at the time.
Yeah.
Listen, the irony of him saying amnesia and you saying I remember, that's the exact opposite of amnesia. I'm sorry. I tried to get smart on y'all. That's it. I got to get smart.
This is when y'all came with the buses.
Yeah, we came with the buses, and I had Get Money over here with Bun B, which was on the first mixtape me and Drama did.
Mm-hmm.
Shout out to Bun B. He was one of the first major artists that gave me a feature. And I remember going to the bathroom. I was like, yo, where the bathroom at? And he's like, upstairs. And I went upstairs because we was in Amnesia. And I go upstairs, and all I see is this cat. I know Khaled, but I don't know him.
Who, Khaled?
He's standing on the counter. He going crazy.
He's
This
mad
crowd and
animated,
everybody.
right, yeah.
So I go downstairs and I tell everybody, yo, it's a whole nother club up there. So we all go upstairs, including Fabulous and all us go upstairs. Fab go holler at Khaled give him the mic, he rocks it. Right? So I'm standing beside Fab, I'm like, yo, ask him, can I get the mic too? Khaled give me one of those, you know what I mean? Like, who is this? You know what I mean? I'm like, yo, I'm Young Jeezy. He like, who? Like, we don't know you. I'm just like, yo, man. So I get my man to give him the record. You know, I'm prepared to pay him to play the record.
Is this his temple, his birthday party? No.
No, this is a regular club night.
But I remember that.
Yeah, so I think one of the homies told me, yo, just play his record. He played Get Money over here with Bun B, which was probably one of the biggest records in Magic City at the time.
Right.
And the roof flips off. And I remember Khaled looking at me like, oh shit. That's how me and Khaled got cool, because he had to see it. And it just went from there. Miami was just like already my second home, but that took it to another level. So shout out to Khaled for that. You know what I'm saying?
Right. So be clear. What your money is betting on, even if you ain't gonna come out and perform with either one.
You really wanted to go?
Yeah, what would you?
As far as records.
Yeah, what would you bet who will win, Khaled or Drama?
I mean, is Drama using mixtape record? How does this work?
Drama
I think so.
Everything.
Yeah,
it's all gold.
I tell you what, like not because I'm being neutral.
Right.
I would want to see, because I don't know.
All right, let's take a shot for that.
Yeah, I'm being real. Like
that sounded fair. That sounded fair.
I want to see.
That sounded fair.
Because that's the combo they've been having.
Is he gonna
gassing it up.
Is he gonna be able to use Jeezy records?
No, because that's what I'm saying. Because
but you're saying it has to be his records though that he made with you though.
Right.
No, they can't just be a mixtape record he took from somebody else.
That's what I'm saying. Like, how does that work?
He's a part of.
He's a part.
Oh yeah, I misunderstood you.
Right. Because Khaled has more bodies of work.
Probably more, and
a little bit of bigger work.
More studio albums, right?
Yeah. That's what I'm saying.
Right,
so
right.
So you got your shot ready?
Yeah.
Okay, come on, get your shot ready.
I already see what's going on.
And that's a Monte Cristo. Now, what kind of cigar is that? That's a Monte Cristo?
That's a Monte Cristo.
You know I know my shit.
I'm a part of. That's the 80th anniversary.
I don't know that part.
Yeah, that's that big boy shit.
Yeah, that's like
I got
500.
You,
That's like
it's about 700 stick, right?
Okay.
Yeah.
Goddamn. Salute, Jeezy.
Cheers.
It's the expensive nigga right here, y'all. You better salute him. Goddamn. So do you watch BMF?
I haven't. I seen some passing. But
Why
I
you
haven't
not
seen
executive
that.
producer on that?
Me?
Yeah.
Honestly,
consulting.
Nah, man, because it's too tricky. I know everybody for real.
Okay.
Everybody's not gonna be happy with that.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And for me, that's not my story to tell. You feel what I'm saying?
So I mean, it's affiliated. Like whenever people hear BMF,
right,
they always say the first artist of BMF was Jeezy. You know what I'm saying?
Which is not true, but yeah.
It's not true, but I mean, on a national level.
Lil Da Vinci.
Oh, he was the first artist?
Yeah.
Yeah, but he didn't break.
I was
nationally,
never
right?
a BMF artist.
Oh.
He was directly a BMF artist. Right, okay, that area.
Right.
But you was affiliated.
Me and Meech was like,
okay,
you two.
Right.
You know what I mean? Which means that I had, and I had my crew.
Right.
So that kind of, it was like, if you cool with N.O.R.E,
right,
and all of us cool with N.O.R.E, then you cool with them.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
He got his own crew. I got
yeah, so it was like that.
Then we come together like the United Nations.
Right.
Yeah, we got every nationality.
And it was like we was hanging and being in the same spots. But like me and Meech was really like that though.
Right.
Me, Meech and J-Bo, like them with my guys. But again, like that's not my story. even when it goes back to the 50 Boys and all that stuff, like I didn't even know him then.
Right.
So that's not my
Because on your record, you said "Welcome Home T." That's Meek's brother, right? You said "Welcome Home T." He said, but you said some niggas might owe you money, but that ain't me. Yeah. So what was that line about?
Because there was people putting out narratives as if I owed them.
Oh.
I don't owe them anything.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I've never done business, that type of business with them to owe them anything. Mm-hmm. So I just think the narrative was starting to be like, you know, if it wasn't for that, it would be no me. Right. You know what I'm saying? And I just didn't understand that. Right. And I don't really know T. I knew of T. Right. Because when I was kicking it with Meech, him and T were like beefing. You know, like, you know what I'm saying? And I'm glad they worked it out.
Beautiful.
But the 2 times I met T the 2 times I talked to T was the first time I was at a party with Puff, Boys in the Hood party in Dallas. And I'm in there with Puff and the rest of the Boys in the Hood, and somebody come over there with, you know, a bunch of BMF chains on, like, yo, T want to talk to you. Me knowing what's going on with them, I'm like, I'm by myself.
Oh, okay,
you know what I'm saying? And, they
and you on the Meek side of it, you saying, okay.
I'm like, all right, cool, what's up? So I go over there, he like, yo, I love your music, I love what you do, I fuck with it, like, keep going. And dapped us up, hug, and that was that. Right. And then the second time, he was in the pen and some shit had happened in the street, and he just called to check on me, like, yo, you good? You know, don't even worry about that, woo. And that was the only 2 times, you know what I'm saying? So when he came home, you know, I got the call like T on. I'm like, damn, that's what's up. But I didn't know him to like reach out and be like, yo, you good? Because I didn't know him. You know what I'm saying? But I have love for him. Right. I didn't know him like to be like in his mix. You know, if he hit me, of course I'm gonna pick up the phone because that's the bro. Right. But I didn't know him to be like, you know, reaching out and, you know, saying shit.
Yeah, so that's real. Let's move on, goddammit.
Let's move on.
Yeah. Oh, it's a quote for Sonny? Oh yeah, no, not yet. Well, hold on, let me go. Okay, hold on.
So what was the situation? We actually talked about it one of the times you were here, but for this episode, with Boys in the Hood and Bad Boy and your involvement and when you kind of left that situation.
Okay, so I never left. I was hot as fish grease.
Yes, you were.
Like, which was all the tapes that I was passing out of my car. You know what I'm saying? And all the promo I was doing, because I started guerrilla marketing. Like I really was the one out here, like pushing the line with like spending his own money. I spent, you know, millions to get on. You know what I'm saying? Before I seen anything. Right. And with Boys in the Hood.
And this is Block Entertainment, right?
Yeah, this is Block. So Boys in the Hood. God bless the dead Kim Porter, which is a sister of mine, which is Puff's kid's mother, knew the homie, and her friend Ebony, which was my sister too, hit me, and it was like, yo, you gotta come by the studio, Puff got this group, he wants you to do a song. So I went, and the first song I ever did was Them Boys. By the way, like I'm still not a rapper. I'm still riding around in that Ferrari with $500,000 in the front. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm not a rapper, so I get in the room with these guys, and they're doing this song, Them Boys, and I'm not a rapper. You know what I'm saying? So I'm in here with people who like spitting bars. You know what I mean? So it took me like an hour and a half to just write my verse, and it took me like another hour to put it down because I'm not so familiar with the studio. So by that time, everybody walked out because Trick was there, Jazzy Faye was there, and everybody was there. And I remember them like, you know, people in the hallway talking shit. Like, man, he whack. Ooh. So I remember I put it down and I walked down the hallway and told him to play it. And it was like, if it's taking too long to lock up, by the time the 4th bar came, everybody that was outside to talking shit was in the studio going crazy. You know what I'm saying? I was like, yeah, I told y'all, you know what I mean? But what happened was, you know, I was about my business early and I didn't need anything from anyone. And when Kevin Liles and L.A. Reid signed me to Def Jam, Kevin left 2 weeks after he signed me.
Oh, to Atlantic.
To Atlantic, Kevin Liles. And they never told me who the next president was gonna be. So when I was walking to Def Jam to go to the building, I seen this black Maybach pull up. And I'm sitting now, you know how you run your credentials so you can get the pass and all that, gave him your ID. And the door open, and it's Hove. He like, yo, Jeezy, what's up? I'm like, what's up? You know what I'm saying? Like, hey, he's like, come on, walk up with me.
You knew him prior to that?
I've seen him,
okay,
but not like that.
Okay.
Like, we had no conversation.
Oh, like, so in that little area that you put your ID in, the security guard, they can give you a little badge. They say just such.
Yeah, and then
Hov
walks in and said, come on, walk up with me.
He was already the president?
Okay. He said, you know, I'm up here, I got you.
Okay.
I'm like, oh shit. You know what I'm saying? I love Kevin Lyles, but damn, you know. This shit started to make sense now. You feel me? Like, okay. You know what I'm saying? Right. So when I got with Hov, I instantly realized, cause I love Puff, but you know, I had little man syndrome back then. So every time I was around Puff, I was trying to show him I got the same watch as you, same car. That was my whole thing. I was like, my chest was out. And he was just like, yo, man, you know what I mean? So
Puff,
Puff. He was just like, yo, what's up?
He was like, relax.
Like, calm down. Yeah.
So it took Jay. He was like, yo, what's going on with you and Puff? You know what I'm saying? I'm like, yeah, he got to know it up. And the whole time I'm talking shit, I'm not realizing that Puff is on the other end of the pool table.
Oh,
you know?
Shit. I didn't know y'all was playing pool. How did the pool?
No, this is like one day we was in the 40-40.
Oh, okay.
Right.
I'm thinking
like,
it's the same day.
Yeah, he's like, what's going on with you and Puff? I was like, oh, you know, I'm getting money. Well, you know how it is. You street guy. You feel like you get money. You close to Jay-Z now. It's like you ready to go to war for no reason. You know what I'm saying? And I'm like, you cool with him? He was like, yeah, that's my man. And he was like, Puff is on the other end of the table. So me and Puff had already done the Boys in the Hood deal. But it was like, it was a lot of things that happened during the deal that kind of like made me feel different. Like, meaning like I'm going to Magic City.
Right.
And Puff is calling my phone to sign the deal for Boys in the Hood. But I'm telling him I'm going to Magic City. And he's calling my phone back to back. And he like go to Kinko's and sign the contract and send it back like with the fax machine.
By the way, kids, Kinko's is a place you should go to
press my
get copies and Xeroxes and shit.
So
for those who don't know the Xerox, that's how you copy some shit. Okay, continue.
So now I'm like, yo, I ain't going to Kinko's. I'm getting, you know. So I just had a chip on my shoulder, and it was when Jay was like, yo, man, like, you know, he sat me and Puff down and we just, you know, talked. You know, so I got a chance to really know because I didn't really. I knew him, but I knew him through like meeting him. So I only saw him in club settings. So I was like, I'm a street guy. You know, you gonna respect me. That was my whole MO with any rapper or any entertainer, because it was just like, I'm risking my life out here. Y'all ain't going through this shit. So anyway, Puff and Jay sit there and I go, look, man, I want to do the Puff deal, but I'm only gonna do one album. I gave Puff a number. And he was cool with that. You know what I'm saying? And me and Puff been cool ever since. Like, that's my bro. Like, we chop it up about business, spirituality, whatever. But he was like, all right, cool. And now I got Puff and Jay in the same room, and they're agreeing to let me do this Boys in the Hood album. Only one album. Push Thug Motivation back, which is highly anticipated for a month.
Which is your first album,
my first album,
Def Jam.
Right, Thug Motivation 101. So in my mind, I'm coming off of Trap or Die, and I'm using them boys as another marketing piece. You know what I'm saying? So now I got two deals, and I'm building this momentum. That was my mindset.
That was genius.
So and with the guys, you know, and no disrespect to them, I just think I was a little more seasoned when it came from business because I came out of the streets and I was used to dealing with real.
When you say the guys, you talk about the other people from Boys in the Hood.
Boys in the Hood. So they didn't understand, you know, what I was doing because I'm thinking business. I mean, I get the records, and I also knew that them boys was a hit.
Was you ever looked at as like you going for the selfish move, or
I think that if I'm honest, and they'll probably tell you, I think it's been some situations where I kind of tried to put them on the game, but they probably looked at me like I was separating the group.
And you really wasn't the official rapper at that time either.
I was the street guy who just had one good verse on the whole project. And
essentially like Easy.
I was on the tour with
like Easy.
Like Easy.
And I was on tour with Jody Breeze. Like Jody Breeze was the guy. Like all the girls left Jody. Like we on the bus, like damn, like I got a $100,000 Rolex. You don't see this shit? What's going on? You know what I'm saying?
But before you continue, because I also worked at Bad Boy Records.
Right.
And he was on where did the Boris go? Boris is a part of the street team too. And they was pushing. We was the Miami street team. I was running it down here, and they were like, okay, this is a South record. Y'all got to push this. But there seemed to be some confusion when that record came. Because it was like you're in the group, you're not in the group,
right?
And I don't remember clearly how it was the timeline back then.
Boys in the Hood group,
yeah.
I mean, record.
Yeah, the record.
Well, the thing was that, rightfully so, I'm my own boss because I'm pressing on my own CDs. I'm paying for my own stuff. I'm signed to Def Jam. I got a publishing situation. You ask Big John, he'll tell you.
Right.
Big John, that's that money man.
I didn't even cash my Def Jam and my publishing check. You understand what I'm saying? Like, I just had these checks in my house. Well, the publishing check I lost in a pair of jeans, which was crazy because I had to figure that out. Because I didn't know. And then I had, my Def Jam check that I didn't even cash because I had bread. And I remember Jay called me one day. He's like, yo, what are you doing?
I hope they reissue the check for you.
Okay. Where did you lose the publishing check? You don't even remember?
No, I lost it. And then I called Big John. Well, shout out to Big John.
And he had to give you that check again.
He had to reverse the check.
It. Yeah.
He didn't understand what the hell.
Because nobody can take that check and cash it.
But I'm gonna be honest. I'm a street guy. I had my money in Louis Vuitton bags. I thought when he gave me the check that it was already somewhere I needed to go pick it up. I didn't know about bank accounts.
Like it was a cashier's check and shit.
Like, I'm good. You know what I'm saying? So, and it was a huge check.
Right.
Huge check. And me and John laugh about that along, just anyway. But the reality of it is, I didn't discuss with the guys what I was doing on the business side, so they probably felt like that I was being selfish, but I had a plan. Right. You feel me? And that was my plan.
Because y'all was never really officially a group. Y'all was kind of like put together.
I was getting a label deal with Def Jam, which was CTE.
Right.
Then shout out to the new deal, Corporate Thugs Entertainment. But I had a plan, and I wasn't trying to just be in a group. You see what I'm saying? Because I wanted to break my own artists and do my own thing. So, again, communication. I didn't talk to them and say, hey, look, this is what I'm trying to do. I was more so like, I'm going to do this. Y'all got to figure this shit out.
That's real.
That's, probably why, it kind of went a little left.
And to make it more awkward, I was working Def Jam as well. So then we working his records.
Oh my God! Oh, you was working Bad Boy and Def Jam.
Yeah.
Okay, you was one of them type of niggas.
Yeah,
I had all the accounts at that time.
Playing both sides in the middle.
I'm fucking with him. I'm taking a shot for that. G. You take a shot of you.
He was playing both sides.
You know what I mean? The N.O.R.E is hard. You know what I mean? Don't drink that shit. I'm sorry.
Why you be dissing my mama,
I keep going that marijuana. I'm sorry. This is a great joke. That's all. Salud, G.
Salud.
Cheers.
So. When I got the word that you're doing a new album, I'm saying, I feel like Jeezy got all the accolades,
right?
Got all the success, got all the money, beautiful family, beautiful wife. Why even come outside? Like, why not stay and eat peaches all day?
Yeah, watermelons and shit.
And watermelons.
You gotta love it. You love it. That's
I did that though, man. I'm not fulfilled like that, bro. I don't like. I gotta be happy.
Right.
This is my purpose. It ain't even about the money no more. It's about
I know it ain't about the money.
Yeah, it's about like, even for the younger generation coming up, it's like this is what you do when you 15, 20 years in.
Right.
You still, you still who you are, but you got a bigger mindset. Is you lead by example. And one thing about it, I lived enough in the streets to talk about it forever.
Right.
Because the game don't change, it's just only the players. You know what I'm saying? It's the same thing.
True.
And I just feel like for me, I ain't trying to preach or nothing, but I'm like, I got a few people that I respect and I consider mentors, and we don't even communicate on the mentor level. It's just like I just talk to them about things, but I love the way they move. Right. So for me, it's just like I want to show these cats, even 15, 20 years in the game, you still can move. Like, I'm well aware of my surroundings. I can tell you right now how many black t-shirts over there who got white, you know what I'm saying? I know. Right. You feel what I'm saying? That's who I am. But at the same time, what keeps me fulfilled is to be able to connect with people from a personal level. Like, on the way over here, I had to use the bathroom. I hopped out at the Walgreens on where that was at, you know what I'm saying? Right in the middle of the hood. Yeah. Before I could even get to the door, everybody, Jeezy, that's what I do it for. Because they love me because I have values, I have integrity, and I'm a visionary. Like, I have a vision that street people want to have, meaning that you want to come from somewhere, accomplish something, and then take that and accomplish something else. So even when I came in the game, I only started rapping because I already knew what the streets was gonna do. Right. But I'm not the best rapper, nor have I ever claimed to be, because if you really know about it, like, music is my talent because I've, jumped in the head first and figured it out. But business is my passion. So I always wanted to do this and real estate and that and be able to sit here and have a real conversation about my business. Like when I say I own half of Atlanta, I mean that shit.
You said that on Verse.
Oh no, I'm dead ass serious. Oh yeah, for sure. City blocks. Ask about me. Yeah, straight up. LLC. Yeah, that's me. All day.
Mr. LLC.
Mr. LLC.
I'm taking a shot for that. I'm sorry.
Taking a shot for anything you said.
I'm sorry.
I'm dead serious.
You got me into this shit, G. Come on, you coming outside? Come on.
Come on, let's do it.
Yeah, Salud. Come on, eat. So,
cheers.
Sticking to that subject real quick, a lot of people were shocked. I don't know if you ever did an interview since this, but a lot of people were shocked when they announced that you was even doing the verses. Right? Not only you doing the verses, but then who you was doing the verses against.
Right.
I think the industry was just like, wow. And then, I remember me calling Swiss and me asking, like, for inside information, like, are y'all sure this can actually go down? And Swiss is like, they had a private meeting. Was that true that y'all had a private meeting prior to that?
I wouldn't lie. I'm gonna keep it a buck.
Yeah, okay.
Because it just had to be some understanding.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? And it's so much history in that, you know what I'm saying? And for me, I just wanted to relieve that weight up on myself because, contrary to people's beliefs, it ain't what they think.
Right.
The whole situation.
Right.
However, miscommunication again?
That too. Right. But values and morals, meaning that if I would say what really happened, I gotta throw somebody under the bus that I love. You feel what I'm saying?
Right.
Like, I'm not gonna do that. So I had to wear that for 15 years.
Wow.
So I'm just like, yo, at least musically, let's put this shit in a space where that part is at least good.
Right.
Just out of respect. And a lot of people thought it was a game, but it is for the culture. It's like, yo, that's unfinished business, but it is what it is. But when it comes to what we do as far as leaders and leadership, like, it has to be some type of understanding or we gonna be extinct out here, bro. Like, rap is, like, I'm like you, like, why come outside?
Right, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You stand a better chance going to Iraq.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Than being a rapper in today's world. You feel what I'm saying? But it has to start somewhere. You know what I'm saying? Again, I don't want to be the type of person to preach and teach, but I feel like that moment just had to happen. People had to see us in the same room. And I'll be lying to say that we haven't seen each other. You know what I'm saying? Or
prior to that, okay.
Right. And like, we both like, you know what I'm saying? Because it's been so long.
Right.
So many conversations, so much miscommunication. You feel what I'm saying? And, if you saw it, it's for your, how many people, and if, by the way, like, Swiss need to talk to us, because that was the highest viewed versus that. And as I can remember, right after that, they showed that shit to Triller. So yeah, Swiss, we out here, baby.
Right, yeah.
Let's be real.
That's real. No, that's real.
You know what I'm saying? But, at the end of the day, like, I can't speak on the real shit. But what I can say is, at this point in the game, you don't work this hard to get here, and everybody got shit to lose now. You know what I'm saying? A life that they always dreamed of. It's just like, let's do the artist shit first.
Right.
And then everything else will fall in place.
So let me ask, and you could answer this how you want to. So in this private meeting, was it discussed that, the Hill might say something that's going too far and you can say whatever you want? Was that discussed or that was not discussed?
It was just to see if we could sit in the same room.
Okay.
But
so the details wasn't
kind of, sort of, but no. But if you know, homie, you already know. Like, that's just what it is. You know what I'm saying? I kind of felt like it wasn't gonna go that way, just based off what it was. Because you talking about some shit that happened, so long ago in the streets that you finally getting a chance to be face to face, and it's taking Magic City for one.
That happened at Magic City.
Magic City for one. Apple for 2, Swiss Beats for 3, Timberland for 4. You talking, when you say Apple, you talking about a multi-billion-dollar company.
Yep.
Who's taking a risk on hip hop? With two of them.
Stacey Abrams came on and spoke before. She a G for that. Give a shout out to Stacey Abrams.
Yeah.
Because that could have went either way.
Yeah.
That would have been bad for the campaign.
Yeah. And because it was crazy because I seen how calm you were.
Right.
It almost was like, and again, I'm an outsider, as an insider that's looking in from the outside. It almost felt like you expected it. It almost felt like, I don't want to say you expected or you kind of knew that it could have went.
I'm going to be honest with you, bro. Like,
yeah.
Just given the history of who we once were.
Right.
I know he didn't know what to expect.
Right.
And I didn't either because, you know, like when you pulling up and, you know, everybody out there with you guys, you know, semi-machine guns and tactics and like, it's like, you know, it's like putting, you know, Putin in the room with whoever they beefing with in the Ukraine. Like, you just
Zelensky,
don't know, bro. Because it don't 9 times out of 10, it don't be you.
Right.
It be somebody that's with you that's just like, nah. So nobody knew what to expect, but I can tell you this. Again, this is where respect come in and people who do it right. Shout out to Magic, because Magic is a legend. He's one of the first people, one that owns Magic City.
Okay.
But he's like our uncle. Right. You don't disrespect Magic.
Right.
You just do.
So off rip, you already
because he's such a solid guy.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And it's just like if we was cousins and we had a disagreement, it's like being with your uncle.
Right.
Y'all gonna talk first. You know, if it don't work out after that, you handle your business, but not here. Right. So it was that. But at the same time, nobody knew what to expect. I mean, I'm gonna be honest with you. I was watching the Apple people; they was sweating. I was watching people that was supposed to be with me, like sliding over. And people were supposed to be with him, sliding. Like nobody knew what side to stand on. I'm like, oh, this is great.
Nigga, I was home doing the same shit. Like, wait a minute, I don't know what's going on.
But you know, one time for the music, man, because you know, however it's said and done. That's gonna be a part of history that everybody gonna remember, but it just had to happen, bro. Like you gotta be the first to, you know, what they say to be a true leader, you got to step out there before anybody else do and take that lick.
Nah,
you know, because you could have woke up tomorrow and niggas been like, yo, I'm good on just because of that. You know what I'm saying? But you know, it is.
And then y'all actually did a tour together after that.
Yeah, that's the thing. It's just like.
But he apologized after that.
Yeah, but I mean, but you know, I don't know if this is right to say. But I'm just show you how I'm on it. You know, he hit me because it was basically my tour. I was the front runner. I was the first person on the tour.
Oh wow, I didn't know.
And
that.
he hit me. He was like, "Yo, you know what I'm saying? I want to get on this tour." And you know, however he take it, but I'm gonna be honest. I say, you know what, bro? I never block how you feed your family. It is what it is. I see you there.
After verses, yes.
Yeah, I see you there.
Right.
That was that. But I had to give that call because they wasn't gonna let that go on if I said no.
Right.
Wow. I was a front runner. And I'm like, yo, bro, I ain't gonna never get between you and your money.
Yeah, that's fine. I think we gotta
you know
make
what I'm saying? Like,
because I think, and y'all cordial. Like it's. You know,
listen, I'm not gonna lie. You know what I'm saying? Like we is in a space where we can coexist.
Right.
And I think that's all that matters. Like
it's
nobody's looking for. Yeah, nobody's looking for.
Right.
You know.
Yeah.
Like it wasn't like before that we was hanging out every day.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So yeah.
You know, well, make some noise for growth, man.
Right.
Real shit. So we're gonna bounce around. I'm gonna go back to therapy for my soul.
Okay. Ooh, that's a good one.
Yeah. You said something that we just had the Migos up here, and you said something about Coach K.
Right.
You and Coach K.
Right.
What exactly was you saying right there?
I'm saying that again, you know, communication is key.
Right.
I'm saying that when money is at play and there's not the right type of communication, the lines seem to get blurred.
Right.
And if you're not, and this is another thing I want to say, and this for anybody that's coming up in the game, there's no handbook or no template of how to do this shit.
Yep.
You give it your all, you risk your life, and then all of a sudden you wake up and you're a multimillionaire with more power than you can grasp. And if you come from where I'm from, you already got your own trauma. People that tried to do things to you, fuck over you, all these different things. So I'm dealing with that.
Right.
I'm quite sure he's dealing with artists that went left.
Right.
But at the same time,
because he's a part of your management at first.
At the time.
Okay.
You know, Coach came. Like the crazy thing is, Coach came to the studio because Dallas Austin studio in Atlanta, because back then I was driving a GS 400 Lexus.
I had that too.
I was iced out, and I was spending cash money to get the studio, and he was hearing about that, and that's how he came to the studio and started to befriend me. You see what I'm saying? And then over time, he was just like somebody around that I could be like, yo, can you take care of this? And he was doing it. Don't get me wrong, he's great at what he does. But there was a lot of conversations that didn't happen before the fame and the money came and the understanding. It's like getting into a marriage and you don't talk about what are the things that are deal breakers and you know what things you don't want, because it's a relationship. Right. And for me, I'm a street guy. If you do anything that seems questionable to me, then I just know how to handle it, how I handle it. You know what I'm saying? And again, that ain't with the best communication.
Right. So your relationship was with Coach. It wasn't never with P?
P?
Yeah.
No, I didn't know P.
Oh, okay.
I only knew P when him and Coach started rocking.
Okay.
So just to get some clarity to it, some things went on. You know what I'm saying? I'm quite sure he would say different, you know what I'm saying, as he should. But I just, you know, I didn't trust a lot of things that, and again, there's no handbook for this. So I don't even know how it's supposed to go. I'm just understanding what I'm assuming. And so if you're not communicating with somebody and it's not going how you want it to go, of course you're gonna be like, yo, like, you know, I ain't rocking like that. And then he probably thought, you know what I'm saying, it ain't going how he wanted to go. So if you ain't have no understanding going into this, and then it's like right now, we sitting here and we drinking and we having fun and we got a podcast and this shit just blow out of the roof and then somebody just come drop this big bag of money on the table.
Well, we into that.
But we ain't, but we ain't talked about, you feel what I'm saying? Because I'm like, yo, I'm spending millions. Like, I'm not 50% or doing like, you know what I mean? Like, I risk my life. Right. And he like, yo, but you know what I'm saying? So it was never no issue that we couldn't resolve, but I just think when it wasn't talked about pre-money and pre-success, it's like there's a lot of expectations there. And you know how I go with expectations. You know, if it ain't what you want, you feel let down. So, and I still got love for Coach. Like, I'm happy he's successful. I'm happy he done what he did. I hear people all the time, Jeezy ain't put nobody on, but just look around. Coach is on. Don Cannon's on, Drama's on, Shorty Red's on, the Drummer Boy's on, Justice League is on. These are all people that I dealt with before anybody else that well.
Great list.
Let's go. Def Jam is on. I mean, I did a feature for, in my, you know, time over there, I did a feature for every artist over there, including Rihanna, Kanye West, like you name it. Right. There's nobody I ain't touch over there. It's just that I didn't want the money for myself because I'm a hustler, so I'm gonna do what I do for me. I don't have to come into this podcast and see how successful it is and try to pull you to the side and go, let me give you this to be a part of it. Because I'm happy for you. It's like I'm happy for them. I'm happy for DJ Drama and all their success and the things that they're doing. They're my brothers. I want to see them shine. And it's better that we didn't do business with each other because I love them, but you know, light-skinned niggas is different, bro. I
be telling y'all. I be sneaking to the light-skinned karate class sometimes. But what be going on is be crazy.
I love them, and that's why we can come back now with all our success, all the shit that we got going on, and still do something amazing like Snofall. You know what I'm saying? Because now we in a different space. And this shit, it ain't out of desperation. It's for the love. You know what I'm saying? It's for like, yeah, you know, this is, and the reason why I really wanted to do this project with him, because I don't want expectations. I want to do what I want to do.
Also, Drama's, this is Snofall is Drama's.
So Snofall is me and DJ Drama.
That's a mixtape, or this is?
I would call it a street album. And it's for my day one, and Don Cannon is executive producer. And I got all my guys on there that I love.
This is your #1 Jeezy fan, by the way.
Oh, he knows.
He from Peru. And he worked the records too.
Yeah.
But I got all my producers that I love, you know, the Justice Leagues, the D Riches, all those guys that I love, and I just wanted to get in and do something that I wanted to do with no expectations, meaning that I don't have to put no top 10 record on there. I want to talk crazy. You know, S-Curl shit. I'm back talking greasy. You know what I'm saying?
Ice Cube, when you say S-Curl? That's the Ice Cube
that way. Like
okay.
The whole shit.
Okay, all right, cool.
I'm back talking
These youngsters don't know what the S-Curl is. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I keep forgetting that.
Yeah, keep forgetting. You got to keep forgetting. Our demographics keep getting younger and younger. It's young niggas saying, what's up, N.O.R.E? I'm like, Walmart, nigga, you better not know who I am.
Must not know about me.
We out of line. You know, your parents is crazy, you know. But let's move to Put On. How did you and Kanye link up for that?
Okay, so this is a true story. So Kanye did this record that was on the Recession, because he said he's a fan, he knows.
Yes.
So there's a record on Recession called I Got Money With Me and T.I. that I put Kanye on. I send the record to Kanye. It's like a week and a half before the album had to be turned in, right? And he sends the record back, a totally different record.
Sounds about right.
He sends it back with the, oh. If you remember the record, it's got the, oh. And I'm like, so now I got to turn it in, but his verse sounds like a totally different song. So I go, yeah, I can't use it. I just got to keep me and Tip on it. And he was like, all right, cool. So about 6 months go by, Ye called me out of nowhere. What are you doing? He said, can I talk to you for a minute? I was like, yeah, for sure. He goes, you remember that song you did, that I did for you? I was like, yeah. He's like, I want to keep it. I said, yeah, whatever. He said, who produced it? And I told him that Toomp produced it. He asked me for Toomp's number. I gave him Toomp's number. So that's what Big Brother, all those records he had on that album came from Toomp. So I put Kanye with Toomp.
Wow,
right?
Dope.
So you say you exactly produced
that? Yeah, see what I'm saying?
Okay, that's
like, Toomp, see what I'm saying? I put people on. I put people on.
Taking and producing.
Right. So I put him with Toomp, and he called me. After the fact, he said, yo, do you mind if I keep your ad-libs on? This is why I know he's genius.
Yeah.
He said, do you mind if I keep your ad-libs on it? I'm in passing, I'm not even thinking. I'm like, whatever, yeah. So the song comes out, huge. Like, I'm not even expecting this. But my ad-libs are in the song. So everybody listens to the song on the radio waiting for my verse to come in. So everybody's calling me like, yo, there's this song out, and it sounds like you about to rap, but you don't rap. I was like, yo, that's Kanye's record. So anyway, long story short, I go to London to do a show. I go on at 8. I think Kanye goes on at 10. The first record he does in front of 80,000 people is wait till I get my money right. I'm watching 80,000 people. Da da da. It's crazy. I look at, because Jay-Z and Beyonce there, and I look at him. I said, I think I fucked up. He's like, what do you mean? I said, I gave Kanye that record. I didn't know. And he was like, yeah, it's crazy. so
you done fucked up.
You know what I'm saying? So now I'm like, damn. So, and at this time, now I need a hit. You know what I'm saying? I need one. So I never forget. I was trying to call Kanye. I had this record called Put On, and I was trying to call Kanye, and I couldn't get him on the phone. I called L.A. Reid. He's like, I'm gonna call him for you. He called me with Kanye on the phone. He said, yo, Kanye, Jeezy wanna talk to you. He got on the phone. This is when his mother passed.
Wow.
And he hadn't done any records since then. Yeah. And we talked, we had a real conversation. He said, yo, I'm gonna do it for you. So I told him what Put On mean in the South, in Atlanta. He was like, oh, word. And then I sent him the song, and then he called me back on his own line. He was rapping me the verse, but you know, I'm like, go put it down, go do it in the studio now. Like, don't rap it on the phone. Yeah. And he went and put it down, and he sent it to me. And I'm getting ready to go out of town to do some shows for the weekend. And I got all my homies on the tour bus. So it's like 20 of us on the tour bus. So
a lot of choppers.
And I gave it to V103 to Greg Street, right? But I didn't tell nobody Kanye was on the song. They heard the song in the studio, but nobody knew Kanye was on the song. So we on the tour bus, and we headed out of town. And Greg Street brings this song back like 100 times. I mean, it was crazy. And when everybody heard Kanye West, I watched their eyes, because you know you would think like, right. And I knew right then it was a hit. Yeah. And I never forget, bro. I was like, we back on. You know what I'm saying? Like, we back in the game. And I remember Ellie calling me like, man, you did it again. Right. This is crazy. Right. And #1, and then Drake hopped on the remix. We did that on BET, and the rest was history, man. And to be honest with you, I feel like it's probably one of Kanye's best verses ever. It was so crazy that Jay-Z got on it, the remix, if you remember.
Yep.
Yeah, so, yeah.
So you had a record with Drake,
Kanye.
Jay-Z,
that's wild.
And Kanye.
And Drake got on I Do with Andre 3000 and Jay-Z. And people don't believe that. I say that. You're gonna hear that on Snowfall. Right. I got more records with Jay-Z than Biggie Smalls. Let's be clear. You feel me? Let's be clear.
Oh,
you know what I'm saying? Let's be clear.
Shit. That is crazy. Oh my God.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
So who's your inspiration on bars? You're saying you didn't come in as an artist.
So you saying,
but you obviously got bars.
By the way, you saying you got Hov on a new Snowfall too? Hov?
No, I ain't gonna say.
Oh, okay.
Now, he said you got more records than me.
Oh, okay.
I got more records with Jay-Z than he does with Biggie Smalls.
Right.
For sure.
Okay, but you gonna give us somebody that's on Snowfall?
Hey man, let me finish my fucking question. God damn it.
My bad. Totally forgot.
Tell me who you inspired by barsmiths. You have to be, because you doing bars. You saying you didn't come in as an artist like that, but you MCing.
Right. I think it's because of my love for music. Every morning before school, I listen to all Master P,
NWA,
A-Ball, MJG, but my favorite was Tupac. And why my favorite was Tupac, and still is to this day, is because he stood for something.
Right.
He had values, he had morals, he had integrity, and I had never seen that before. Because my uncles will steal $20 out your socks. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
People that I respect.
I got the same uncles.
Right. You know what I'm saying? They was taken from me. You know what I'm saying? And I couldn't get any information out of them. So how I learned how to survive and navigate through the streets, and I want to say that because even with these guys that's coming up, 10% of it is music. 90% of it is surviving and survival and navigating through what's going on. And the reason why I was able to navigate through a lot of things was because I listened to Tupac as if he was like, that was my Bible.
Right, like the gospel.
That's how I knew how to handle certain situations, and it was embedded in me, and it was just like, he was a revolutionary before I knew what that was. Like he actually he stood for something. And he would take those risks when everybody around me was so used to how they was living that they didn't want to try to live any better. And I was like, well, shit, I'm just gonna go take some risks. So my Bible at that time, no disrespect to the big homie, was every Tupac album. I would get by myself.
Disrespect to the big homie.
Right,
Ever.
never.
Look at heaven. I ain't never heard that. That was let's make some noise. Disrespect you, God.
But I listened to Tupac every morning before school.
Wow.
And when I made my decision to drop out of school in the 6th grade, I did that knowing that I had to make a way for my mom and my sister, but I did that knowing that Tupac did what he had to do.
You dropped out of 6th grade?
Yeah.
I dropped out of 7th.
Yeah, 6th grade.
All right.
I got my GED when I was locked up.
I got one on you.
Yeah, you got one?
I got one on you.
Wait. I heard what you said when you received your award. You said, I don't know if I can read.
It's real shit. Seriously, I got lawyers, nigga.
I don't know if I can read. You got
I'm not sure. Yeah, it's just a question mark after it.
He's trying. He's trying.
Oh my God, man, this is so great, man. Okay, Soul Survivor featuring Akon.
Okay. Shout out to Buchan.
But by the way, do you see Akon new cut? We gotta talk about this. His new haircut, his barber don't like him, man. It's like, what's wrong?
My brother African, man. You gotta give him a pass.
I ain't gonna lie. Listen,
he do it
man.
different over there. I respect it.
I know that's
Well, he about to come over here. We could have him.
I gotta have some first question, man.
That's your first question.
It's like somebody put a bowl on your shit and you just cut around it like, Akon, you gotta get your life together. You got way too much money.
Right.
I think that might be Beijing patch. I think that's what's going on.
Like I said when I first came,
my friend.
I don't want to speak on nobody else's business.
I'm fucking with you, G. But you know this is true. You know this one. Hold on, I'm taking a shot for that.
Well, let me know.
What part are you taking a shot for?
For the patch.
Let me know what he says, because I want to know too.
Yeah, he coming on. That's what's crazy. We had you coming on, and then as we have you coming on, they said, Akon wanted to so I just kept saying, Akon, Young Jeezy.
I'm gonna tell you that though.
Okay, so
boom. God bless the dead, Shakir Stewart.
Yeah, God bless the dead.
My A&R and confidant at the time.
Yes.
And Buchan is Akon's brother.
Yes.
Right?
And the nigga that knocked out Suge.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I mean, if he did.
Allegedly.
But Boo called me, and I was at Patchworks working.
Right.
Literally working. I was doing both of my jobs. I was recording
and working.
And he said, yo, I got this CD for you that Akon sent, and he brought it over there. And this was when CDs was...
Akon already got locked up out already?
Yeah.
Okay.
So he bring me the CD, and it's 6 songs on it. So I put it in, I listened to all 6 songs, and the last one was Soul Survivor. And I just started toying around with it, because I had a party that night at Visions. And I toyed around with it, I put the first verse on it, And, you know, I'm just kicking this, smoke weed, doing what I do. And then Shakir pulls up because he's coming to the party with us. Shakir was the vice president of Def Jam at the time. And he said, what you working on? I played him Soul Survivor. He's like, yo, this is it. I'm just like, but at the time I had like Trap or Die, so I wasn't even thinking like that. And I thought it was a crossover record and I didn't want to do one of those. So we go to the party, we turn up, we drink, we come back, and Shakir goes, why don't you figure this the record that you was working on with Akon? Because I didn't have nothing to work on. So I knocked the record out, it was done, right? He heard it, he was like, yo, this is crazy. I didn't think nothing of it. Fast forward, there's an intern at Patchwork. We'll talk about the lawsuit later because I had to handle my business. There's an intern.
Patchwork is the studio, correct?
Yeah, Patchwork is the studio. There's an intern there that wanted me to use his beats for Thug Motivation 101. I didn't use his beats. I didn't know about masters back then, so I was just recording and leaving all my tapes and all my stuff at the studio. He gets all my songs, puts his beat on the first. This is how we know he did it. He puts his beat first, like it's just instrumental, and then my whole album. And then he leaks it. So Thug Motivation got leaked like 4 months before it was supposed to come out. So,
but with the wrong beats though.
No, with his instrumental
with
at the
all
top
the songs.
Every
song you heard on Thug Motivation was on this leak.
That's crazy.
So now I'm like halfway in, halfway out the streets. My man called me. He's like, "Yo, your album is leaked, and I think I know who did it." So I jump in my Porsche truck, drive down to the studio. I got my AK. This is no lie. So they got him pinned up at the studio, and I get there, and my man like, "Yo, we gonna just rough him up." I said, "No, I'm about to." You know what I'm saying? So, because now I'm thinking I got to go back to the streets. I already went cold turkey. I done told people they don't even owe me the money that they owe me. You know what I'm saying? So now this is it. You know what I'm saying? On top of the fact that right before I turned the album in, I tore my vocal cords, so I didn't even know if I was going to be able to talk again. Because I had to have surgery, so I didn't even know if my voice was going to be the same. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's crazy.
And we'll talk about that too. But so I get there, I draw down on him, me and Slick Puller end up, beating the brakes off of him. I got to go through this whole lawsuit where I had to pay him. And again, the big homie, the best thing that ever happened to me. Because at that time, there was the biggest bootlegging ring going on in the world in Atlanta. Like, it was bootlegging everything you could think. Like, it was busting bootlegs. So me and Slick Puller and a few of my homies rode around for at least 3 weeks with 3 vans, a lot of choppers, and ran up in every bootleg trying to take the CD back. But what I didn't realize was
there Africans in the bootleggers?
Yeah, absolutely, 1,000%.
Well, he know that.
Right. Okay. And what I didn't realize was that the music was already out and it was spreading to Detroit, DC,
actually
Chicago.
Doing you good.
It was doing me good, and I didn't know that. And it wasn't until I went to do the birthday bash and they played Bottom of the Map and 20,000 people lost it.
The first promo wave.
And then I wanted to go with Trap or Die as my single, right? By now, Soul Survivor is huge in the streets. Like, it is crazy. Some shit I never expected. And how I knew is I'm going to a show and I think I'm going to Dallas, so I'm in the airport. And I'm walking through the airport, I hear a motherfucker say, "Akon and Young Jeezy." And I'm like, yo, what the fuck? And then it would be like, people from Africa walking up to me in the airport, like, "Jeezy, we love you, man. Shout out to you and Akon." I'm like, what the? Because I didn't never know Akon was that big in Africa. I knew Akon from Atlanta.
Yeah.
I'd never been to Africa.
He light skinned in Africa.
No, he's This is true. This is true.
I killed that.
And Def Jam called me and Shakir called me. He said, "Yo, this is your single."
Right.
And I was sitting there and I was like, it'd be crazy if I could shoot the video like paid in full. And I was like, "Yo, anybody know Cameron?" And they was like, "What?" Called Cameron up. He was like, "Yo, Peace King, yeah, I'll be there." So I called Cameron, a couple of those guys from there, and I remember going out there to do the video shoot.
You had Beans in there too,
Beans
right?
Siegel, yeah.
You just didn't have me. You forgot me.
Right.
Yeah, you forgot me.
He was probably doing something you had no business doing.
It's cool.
And everybody came from Meech to Jay-Z, and it was like the biggest thing ever that I've been a part of.
I heard Jay-Z actually came to that video.
Yeah, he came to the video shoot, came my trailer, and he sat there. And I'm gonna say it now because I don't know if he's ever heard it. But, shout out to Khan, because that record changed my life. Right. Like, it took me from being a ghetto trap superstar to being world renowned.
International.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I had no idea that one song can do that. So shout out to Khan.
Let's make some noise. gonna just get his toupee right, and that's it. We're gonna make sure.
Toupee?
Yeah, that's what it's called. That's what it's called. He's my friend. I can talk about it. And Akon always offered me a condo in Africa.
I thought you said you got one.
Nah, in my mind I do. I'm gonna just go. You come? Are you in?
I went to South Africa.
Okay, boom. My president is black.
Yes.
My president right now is whack.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be honest.
Yeah, I'm gonna be honest though. He came and sat down and talked to me. I'll never forget it. We had a meeting with all the leaders of Atlanta.
Hold on, time out.
He said he.
Yo, he just flossed on us crazy.
No, I'm being honest.
He came, I ain't gonna front. He
came and said how he wanted to talk to me, and he came and we did this thing with all the leaders. You can see the pictures; they out there. And he wanted me to sit right beside him, and he looked at me the whole time, just asked questions.
Right.
But I'm knowing he knew that I had something to do with his man getting in there.
Right.
And that's why he did it. But
Oh, you talking about now?
Yes.
Yeah,
this was like before he won.
Oh, we talking about Trump. Trump was whack too.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
But I'm talking about Biden.
He's talking about Biden right now.
Yeah, Biden about to die. Let's just be clear.
Relax, bro. Come on, dog.
I went too far.
I'm saying that too.
I just being
They're gonna blame you if something happens.
Hold on, time out.
You said that on the BET stage.
Yo, listen. All right, we on the BET stage, Jeezy. They're like, tell N.O.R.E. he can say whatever he wants. So I said, sure. I said, yeah.
Actually, they didn't say that to you.
No, they did. They said, be myself.
Be yourself. That's say whatever.
That's say whatever you want.
Do everything. Do everything.
Yo, Jeezy, it's the same thing.
Hey, they don't know N.O.R.E. how we know N.O.R.E.
So they say, be yourself.
I said, no, don't tell them that.
I go, all right, Joe. They'll go, go. I go, yo, listen, did y'all see the footage of Biden? He about to die.
That shit had nothing to do with the skit we were doing.
Because Biden, they said, to the right, Mr. President. He clearly made a left. He clearly went the other way. I said, this is about to die. They said, do not tell N.O.R.E. to say what he want to say.
Did they edit it out?
Oh yeah, they edited a lot of it.
Oh, they cut everything. They said, oh, okay, all right, that's the difference between. But I'm gonna just be honest.
Is that weed?
Yeah. That's that. Yeah.
Making me nervous.
That's that. You want to use the machine? Let's get the whole room high. Let's get the machine. goddammit. Yeah, get that machine. Get that machine. Jeezy, we upgraded since you've been here.
Oh my God.
See,
I'm a street guy, man. I get a little paranoid when I see that much of anything.
No. It's legal. But I ain't gonna lie, Jeezy.
Is it legal?
Yeah.
It's medically legal.
But I ain't gonna lie, G. You was like very early on in Drink Champs, and you came back again.
Right.
And this is their third time. You are
iterations of
Drink Champs alumni.
Yeah.
No, but I'm gonna be honest with you though, man. Like me and N.O.R.E. talk.
Yes.
Time to time.
Yes.
I'm really just I'm proud of you guys, man.
Let's take a shot for that, Jeezy. I'm sorry. Let's take a shot of your good hard shit.
When you guys got the coach at, it's like this is a stop. This is a must stop.
Thank you.
And as I see you guys getting outside of just music,
right,
I respect it more.
Goddamn.
You know what I'm saying?
Goddamn.
I respect it more.
Salute to that. Salute. And that cigar smell right too. Yeah. Goddamn, $700. Goddamn, get your life right. That's a rock is good.
That's Mama Juana good.
That Mama Juana made in a tub and Kindle. Make some noise for that Mama Juana.
It's a clean tub.
Don't ever drink that. Don't ever drink that, Jeezy. Listen, trust me. He's my friend. I love him, but he's crazy. Okay, I love it.
Yeah. Man, that was one of those things. Just taking a chance on it. I remember getting the beat from DJ Tope. He had this studio in the hood, and I went over there one night by myself. And I sat in the room with him and one of his producers for like 4 hours and listened to every beat they had. And the last beat they played was that beat. And I got this thing, like this sixth sense, because I don't like necessarily write music, I see it. You know, I can hear a beat and see what it's supposed to be, so I know what it's gonna be when it's done.
Like you're scoring a movie and shit?
Yeah, you just see it. Right. You know what I'm saying? I just get music differently. And I was like, yo, wait till I come back with this. And I did that record, and I played it for Tope, and he went crazy. And I knew what it was, because when I played it for L.A. Reid, he was just like, yo, this is a single. But going back to My President is Black, I did that record 5 months before he won, and I put it on the album before he won, because I had faith that he was gonna win.
I remember, yeah.
And not only that, I just felt like at the time we needed a change, so it was a lot of things that I did behind the scenes to really help him win, in my opinion, like culture-wise.
Yeah, you helped him win.
Right.
Yo,
but I don't know if I told the story before.
Tell it again, goddamn.
He invited me to a correspondence dinner.
This time he is Barack Obama.
Barack Obama invited me to a correspondence dinner in New York.
Right.
I got there.
How many times they searched you?
They didn't even let me in.
Oh shit.
They told me I couldn't come in. I'm watching Trey Songz walk in, Oprah, this one, that one, Kevin Lyles, and I'm just sitting there.
But you were invited.
Yes. I got a Tom Ford suit on that I spent way too much money for. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm embarrassed. So I get on the plane, I go back to Atlanta the same night, longest flight ever, because in my mind I'm like, yo, what the fuck happened?
Yeah, wow.
I did all these things, and that's what really reminded me that I just never, ever, ever lose touch with my people and my core, because they appointed me, and I'm not always gonna be accepted in those lights because I come from the have-nots and the people that are demonized.
Right.
However, I'm in Europe on tour, and I get up and my mom keep calling me, and I'm like, yo, what's going on? She's like, did you hear what the president said about you? So the correspondence dinner with him and Trump had those words.
Yeah.
He said, my first term, I went with Al Green. My second term, I'm going with Young Jeezy. So that was his way of giving me a little shout out. Because I forgot that my best friend used to be Meech, and I used to be, you know what I'm saying? Like, so I can't just stand beside you and co-sign you. So shout out to Barack Obama for that. And he still owes me a conversation, by the way, so I'm gonna just put that on out there.
Oh yeah,
Let's do it on Drink Champs. I seen a lot of people at the White House. My man Rick Ross had a leg monitor. Yeah. I'm like, what the hell is going on? I got a clean slate. I'm saying, what the?
Looking clean.
Yeah, right. I heard that shit rung off in there.
Right.
Yeah. That'd be hard. Obama.
Right.
What's his name? They call him. What's his nickname? Barry. Barry, bring your ass to Drink Champs.
Yeah.
I'm fucking around. I'm fucking with this Biden and Barry.
If you pull up, though, just make sure you ask him.
Yeah, that'd be hard. No, you guys hosting that day.
Yeah, why do you hold me up at the door?
You had like a political show. Like you was wearing turtlenecks and all that.
Yeah.
Like you was interviewing. I said, Jeezy, you had on loafers.
Yeah.
I said, this nigga taking it there.
Yeah, I did.
So what was it? What was you? You was doing your black chucker tossing?
I just think I
chucker
got...
You know what I mean?
You know what it is, though? You know what it is, don't know? Like, when you get knowledge from other people and you just start to understand your position in it, I'm gonna go all in. Like, I'm not a halfway person.
Right.
But when I felt like I was helping the culture and helping the people, like, I'm gonna do that. You know what I'm saying? Right. Whether you riding or walking, I'm with you.
Right.
Whatever I could do. But then I started to get in it and realize, you know, that politics is like the craziest thing ever.
Dirty.
Because you never... It's
probably
worse
dirtier.
Yeah, it's worse than rap.
Is it worse than the drug game?
Yeah.
Okay, I respect
Yeah,
that.
because, I mean, other than death in prison, but nobody's ever telling you the truth.
Right.
You're right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, and no matter where you stand, it's not right.
Backroom deals.
You know what I'm saying?
It's
just not right. And I still support people here and there, but I don't try to go out. I don't do the loafers no more for them.
Right.
I do loafers is date night.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
I respect that.
I'm not doing that, but you know, it hurt my feelings.
Right.
Because my people trust me.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like when I'm going to these hoods and knocking door to door to get people to vote and doing all these things, like they trust me. They're like, yo, Jeezy, like, yeah, I'm gonna vote. So it's just like, you know, even with Biden, like, it was just tricky for me because I just know all the things he promised, but then I have to remind myself that there's no one man that can help everybody.
Right.
I can't even help everybody around me. So it's just like you always setting yourself up for failure because you have expectations.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And it's just like
that one man in that White House isn't really controlling.
No,
things.
He's not even controlling the people.
Right.
You know, it's more so
he ain't even
budgets and
controlling the way he
policies.
walk.
This is
I mean,
true.
it's a different thing, but yeah.
He might need some of them Jeezy loafers. But
He needs their own medical center.
No, but no one's seen this footage where they like, yo, Mr. President to the right, and he clearly just goes
There's
left.
mad footage of him trying to shake hands with nobody.
Really?
Yeah. Oh yeah. There's mad footage.
What?
Yeah. He goes like this.
Oh, so I'm not bugging.
No, you're not. I
Okay,
mean,
all right.
clearly
It's not me.
he's wilding at this point.
Yeah, but it would be ill to see Kamala Harris, like, you know what I mean? I'm not saying I'm wishing a nigga go or nothing.
Seeing her be the first.
But see, yeah, I'm like, shit.
The one person I do feel like is genuine though, if I'm honest, is like, I don't know why, but just every time I ever been in the presence or just even had something from her team, is Michelle Obama.
She seemed genuine.
You want her to run for president?
Yeah,
if she would have ran,
I just feel like she's like, she get it.
Right.
You know
That'd be hard.
Yeah, she like, you know what I mean? It's just like, you know, when you see a woman that's really like, you know, and by the way, like, for mine is, I give Barack his props too, because it's like, it's hard to be the first black president and the most powerful man in the world.
Like, what did he have to go through to get to that?
Not even that. You don't have no scandal.
Right.
ain't no scandal.
And props to Michelle for that as well.
Yeah, he probably knows she don't play, but yeah.
And that's probably why she's so real, because she wouldn't run in that field, because she knows she don't want to be a part of that.
Part of that, yeah. I mean, I ain't gonna lie though. I kind of peeked it because my man wasn't there looking young. He came out, he had gray hair.
Yeah.
Like, I don't wish that on nobody.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, like, if you kind of look at the history, you know, you exclude Barack Obama only because he handled himself presidentially and as a high-value black man.
Right.
Who really done it? Like, who really done it for us? Like, who do you feel has been the best president? I would say when Reagan was in, they say the streets was cracking.
Yeah,
he let it through.
But that was illegally.
As a kid,
illegally.
They say he let it through.
Yeah, he let everything through.
You know what?
But then he did start the war on drugs too.
Yeah, that was Seafood Yalla that throw you off.
And again, I was told one thing. You know what I'm saying? We can go, you know, back and forth, but I was told one thing very young. You never talk to people about religion and politics.
Right.
You know what I mean? Well, and for me, I just...
Social media blew that up and fucked everybody
but it's
up.
Like,
I learned that in Sleepless, the movies.
Yeah.
What is it called?
Sleepless, the movies?
The movie?
Sleepless.
Sleepers. You don't remember the movie?
I learned that by being locked up.
Yeah. That's caused the most drama.
The first place you don't talk about
talk about religion and politics.
Religion and politics.
You cannot, you know.
With Atlanta, right, though? I know this is a political question. I feel like Atlanta should be the first city where, like, Killer Mike is the fucking governor, Jeezy's the fucking mayor, T.I.'s the city council.
I don't want that smoke.
No,
not the murder. But contrary to people's beliefs, Killer Mike is one of the most intelligent black men I've ever talked to.
Killer Mike is dope, man.
He's an encyclopedia. He's like, he knows his shit.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And he's solid. We know that, but he knows anything historical about any government.
I vote for Killer Mike.
And he's consistent with his ideas and thoughts.
That's who he is.
Right.
But at the end of the day, like, we done tried everything else, so.
I think so. I feel like
he should run after Stacey Abrams.
Yeah, I feel like Killer Mike could be the mayor of Atlanta. You know how dope is that to be like the mayor of Atlanta, Killer Mike? Holy shit! I'm going out there. I'm getting an apartment just to vote.
Right. Just to be there.
Yeah.
I love Atlanta though. Atlanta's the only place where you can come from anywhere and be anybody you want to be.
Right.
It's so much opportunity there. And I think that's what makes it special. You know what I'm saying? So I wouldn't be surprised if one day we look up and it's something like that.
Right.
For sure.
But you ain't in the politics.
Nah, man, I don't got. I'm too honest, man. I'm gonna tell the truth. Right. You know what I'm saying? It ain't gonna work. You know what I'm saying? Like, I can't lie. You know, I'm always be transparent. So, and I wouldn't even want that burden. I feel like what I do in real life is a little bit of that, because I could touch those people when a lot of people can't, and they trust me.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Because of my integrity and my values and my morals, but also being Jeezy, like who I am, I can get anything done in my city.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I'd rather have that, because I don't need no Grammys and no awards or none of that. But as long as I got respect and I can move around my city and people treat me like as such, as somebody that really put in work and somebody's out here really thriving and striving to show people that what you can do, then that's all I need. I think being a politician would make you totally, like, you have to choose between the money and the people. I don't ever want to be in that situation, because I'm always going to choose the people.
Well, you see this like new black preachers. These niggas is hood.
Oh yeah, they
gotta be burning weed and everything.
Brooklyn?
Yo, homie,
they dress better than us.
Yeah. This nigga got Rolls Royces. He had nothing in his closet but
He's in a promo run. He's in a press run.
Yeah, he's on a press run. Like, it's crazy. Like,
Didn't he have a press conference?
Yeah, he had a press conference and all that.
Yeah.
Word.
Yeah.
Like, this shit is different now.
Yeah.
But like the music, geez, I'm not gonna lie to you. I didn't, when I'm sitting around with the young homies and they breaking down me this new music of what's going on, and these guys basically telling on themselves. Like, if you notice, when we was making music like that, there was no names being mentioned. There was no blocks. There was like, we're saying pretty much your imagination, you take the rest of it. They're not like that right now.
Well, let me say this, because in the beginning, I went through a lot of that too. Because I'm not a carpenter, I'm not a mechanic, I'm not a roofer. I can't tell you nothing about those things, but I am a hustler and I come from the streets. You know what I'm saying? But when I was telling people what I was experiencing, what I was going through, it kind of felt like dry snitching. You see what I'm saying?
It wasn't, because original gangster rap would have been like, they say it's a cautionary tale.
Well, when you say hit the brakes, hit the lights, voila, there go them bricks.
Yeah,
you know, some people still have stats, compartments like that, you know what I'm saying? So, but for me, it was my truth. And then, you know, I think a lot of the things that I was saying, the guys who were already up, they felt it, but a lot of the guys who was trying to come up, like, damn, like basically you're giving them the blueprint. But it was about survival for me, you know what I'm saying? That's all I really knew, you know what I'm saying? So it wasn't nothing else I can really say. Like I couldn't, what I was gonna talk about, like I'm not, you know.
That's funny as hell, because my first album, The War Report, after that, people had to come to me and say, you know, you could imagine some of this shit. Like, you know, like I didn't have to use
that was the era. You didn't imagine it, really.
I didn't, I mean, no one even told me that.
What you knew about it.
Yeah. I swear to God, Patchwork, studio, the same thing. I never forget. I'm working on Thug Motivation. T.I. comes to the studio. I'm sitting in the studio. He'll tell you if you ever up here, ask him. You know, I'm doing my Thug thing. I probably got about 2.5 in the booth. Sitting with me. I'm sitting, I got the machine going and everything. And I never forget, he came in there where I was and he looked in, he's like, yo, let me holler at you for a second. So he took me in the hallway, we walked in the bathroom. I'm like, what are we walking in the bathroom for? He's like, I just want to talk to you. You know how Tip is. He look under the stalls and everything. You know what I'm saying? Like his G14 classified. And he goes,
G14 classified.
Right. He goes, yo, you know you can't do both, right? And I was like, what do you mean? He's like, you can't rap and do what you're doing. Because he said, and you're talented, you're gonna blow at some point. And if you continue to do what you're doing, you know what I'm saying, I don't know how it's gonna work out for you. And I looked at him, I said, well shit, but don't you do both? Because you the rubber band man. He was like, hell no. You know, I left that alone a long time ago. And for me, it was like, that was a real wake-up call. You know what I'm saying? Because I remember shortly after that, you know, I was having a lot of nightmares about, you know, just trying to make it and this one last thing, and then I got caught up, and you know I was losing a lot of weight because at the time Thug Motivation was coming out. You know, everybody started getting indicted and going to prison, like especially everybody I was hanging out with. So it was like a real dark time. And I'm drinking, I'm smoking, my mind ain't clear. You know what I'm saying? So I'm having a lot of mistakes, and I just remember T.I.'s voice in my head saying that.
Can't do both.
And I remember I had like these two Nextel phones, these chirps. It was like the phones. You know what I'm saying? And I rode down the street one day and just threw them out the window. And I was done.
Man, that's like my
I was like done. Like when I would see people in the street, they're like, yo, nigga, I owe you money. Come. I'm like, no, you don't owe me nothing.
It's a rap.
Keep that. Move the fuck you know what I'm saying? Live your life. I'm gonna do this. And it was so funny to people that I was really trying to be a rapper. Like you wouldn't know how many homies laughed at me, thought it was funny. And I never forget when I got that first deal and I got that first, when them boys came on the radio and then I was
Freedom Boys.
Yeah, I was warming up and everything was happening. It was God, man, because it wasn't me. You know what I'm saying? I wasn't doing anything different. I was just sticking to my guns and doing what I love, but it was all starting to happen. And the minute everybody started getting indicted is when I started blowing up. And it was like the craziest thing ever, bro. It was just like, I was like, damn, I'm supposed to be here. You know what I'm saying? And, you know, so shout out to that, man. You know, shout out to the big homie.
Let me
tell your Akinelli story.
Let me ask you something. No. This is something even Ella. I want to take a shot to it too. But G Herbo just dropped an album called Survivor's Remorse.
Yes.
And it's something that's very, very
real
because we all deal with that because I'm sure you was a part of a bunch of different people and you're one of the 30 that probably made it or one of the 100 that probably made it. And me, I just won an award, right?
That's right, don't forget that. Shout out to that, baby.
And it was weird to me because I got a lot of calls. I got a lot of unnecessary calls that I never got before. And it started to dawn on me that it's like, damn, some of these calls I actually take because I have survivor's remorse. I'm like, damn, this guy would never be in my position. This guy, so if this guy asks me for something,
show him love,
I'm doing it, but I'm like, damn, this is too much for me.
Right.
Have you ever dealt with that?
Oh no, man. That's my life story.
Whole face.
You got stressful.
Yo, this whole face. Yo, take a shot for that. Come on. You should have seen your own face. Salud. But explain it.
I mean, at one point, I had my whole neighborhood living in my house.
Jesus.
My first mansion I had, my whole neighborhood lived there. It was an open door. 60, 70 people in there at a time. You know what I'm saying?
You was loose, Jeezy, yes.
I was, but I just felt like when you from the hood, you real, you gotta take care of everybody, put everybody on. That was
your responsibility. You felt that responsibility.
Right. And then, you know, and as you start paying the lawsuits and things are happening, and things are coming up missing, and nobody's taking responsibility, everything's on you. You know what I'm saying? You just like, wow, you know what I'm saying? You buying people cars, you buying watches.
People pissing on your toilet.
All that shit, you know what I'm saying? And you coming in and it's just like, you still feel alone.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And then, you know, I have a gift of being able to visualize where I need to be. Right. And what's the best way to get there from A to Z without compromising my integrity.
Right.
And every time I took a step towards that, I would see how people around me would react.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And it's just like, as the money started coming in, you know what money now is like,
everyone changed.
Yeah, everyone changed. Like, almost like you like food.
Right.
Because you can't go buy this for yourself without making sure, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I mean? So it would be that way, and then it just went on for so long, like years and years and years. And I'm like, yo, what's going on? It was the last time that I got locked up in LA on tour. And
I remember this tour.
I just had my 8-year-old daughter, and I got locked up on the Wiz Khalifa tour on a murder they tried to put on me. That I had.
They found the gun in your tour bus or something like that.
Yeah, they found several.
Okay, yeah.
But none of them had my fingerprints on. Right. So now I'm in the LA County Jail, and ain't nobody taking care of my people. You know what I'm saying? I got 10 people with me. It's $1 million bill for everybody that's with me. That's $10
they
million.
wanted to let you go. I think Def Jam wanted to just bail you out.
They came to get me out, but I'm like, these people that are with me, they're not criminals. These are my staff. Right. So, of course, I don't want to tell nobody how to get my paper, but I don't want to leave them here. So I stayed in there until I was able to work
everyone out.
Right, and get everybody out the way we came in. But what I noticed is when I came out, I was mad at the world. I was depressed. I was angry. And I was really angry at the people that was with me because nobody did anything for the people I love. Right. And that's when I made the decision which was the hardest decision in my life. Right. That's I'm gonna walk alone. And that's what you talking about, you saw.
Right, yep.
And ever since then, it's just like, it's me. Right. Of course, I got people around me that I love. Right. And they're you know, my staff and people that work with me and the people that I employ because we had the same vision. Right. But as far as just keeping people around to save face, I can't do that anymore. Right. Cause that brings too much bad energy. And it's just like, I don't need bad energy with what I'm trying to do with my life. It's just like, you don't want that. Right. And I feel G Herbo because he's a kid from Chicago that's going through some real things. You can tell that he's beyond a star. Yeah. So
he's only like 23 or 24 or something like that.
So if he holds on to that.
34. Like, because his knowledge is crazy.
And when I started being around people that, you know, that really wanted to see me win or connect me with people that I really couldn't get in the room with, that's when I started to see like, oh, there are people out there in the world, they're good people. You know what I'm saying? They're good people. You feel what I'm saying? Like, I don't want to be nowhere in a situation where I'm in. Yeah, I got to sleep with 2 Glocks. You know what I'm saying? Because the homies downstairs, I don't know if one of them might, you know what I mean, feel a way about this or that. And I love my homeboys, but it's just like, we didn't have the same vision. We didn't want to be the same place. My palate is different. Yeah. I like,
you start like sushi
and sushi.
Like,
I like expensive cigars, you know.
Caviar,
okay. You know what I'm saying? So
I'm there with you. Right. I'm there with you. Okay.
So it's just like, now you weird.
Right. Yeah.
I like different music now.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I'm like getting up in the morning.
Start listening to Izzy Brothers for no reason.
You got a worldview now.
Right. So it's just like, yo, he's bugging. You know what I'm saying? You know, so Now I'm eating healthy. I'm taking care of myself. I lost 60 pounds.
Right.
You know, whereas all the gangsters in the front row now is women throwing panties at me. I ain't going back.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I'm like, yo, this is it. And it wasn't until, so imagine everything, everybody at work I put out into the recession is when I told myself that you're still free, you're still alive, you're meant to be here, you're meant to be a star. And that's when I started kind of shedding the excess. But then when I got to what happened in the Bay, it's when I really said, I'm not even gonna try to save face anymore.
Right.
You know, I love y'all, and I can take care of people from a distance. You don't have to be with me every day for you to feel the love because we're not on the same path. You know what I'm saying? And that was the realization. And I not no disrespect to anyone, because I love everyone, but that's when my peace began.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
I can see it.
Yeah, that's my
And
peace.
if people love you, they want you to grow.
Right.
Yeah, but then sometimes people are scared that if you grow, you're gonna leave them behind.
Gonna leave them behind, yep.
You know what I'm saying? And that's like the most dangerous. That's why Bankroll Fresh ain't here.
Right. God bless.
You know what I'm saying? That's why Vaughn ain't here.
God bless.
You know what I'm saying? That's why Adobe ain't here.
Right.
That's why they're not. That's why Tupac's not here.
Right.
God bless.
You know what I'm saying? That's why Big's not here. Like, because somebody was like, no, you can't go.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And you really just think, I mean, come on, that's why Nipsey Hussle ain't here. Think about that.
Yeah.
Nipsey Hussle ain't do nothing but good.
Right. He stayed in the hood.
Right.
Invested in his own hood
There's
and
one
his own
person
block.
there that felt like, I don't want to see you go any further.
Right. Try to lead by example.
Right. And that was that.
But we spoke about our president's black, and what we didn't touch on is that Nas was on that record.
Yes.
But at one point, Nas had released an album called Hip
Hip
Hop
Hop
Is
Is
Dead.
Dead.
At this time,
Right.
Atlanta's at the top of the motherfucking
Yep.
game. So I knew what Nas was insinuating.
Right.
He was saying, you know, the ethics of hip hop.
Right.
But Atlanta being so at the forefront of the game,
Right.
it almost felt like Atlanta.
Right.
This shot was directed towards Atlanta,
Right.
and you was
Or
vocal
the
about
South
that.
as a whole.
Well, true story. I met Nas in 112 bathroom. We used to use the bathroom. I was in there with all my chains.
You got a lot of bathroom stories.
Yeah.
Wait, Brian 112?
No, 112 the club.
Oh, 112. Okay, in Atlanta.
Like, it's historical. And I met him in the bathroom. You know, we both use the bathroom. I go to the thing, wash my hands. You wash his hands. I'm like, yo, I'm Jeezy. He's like, yeah, what's up? But I kind of felt like, you know what I'm saying? Like, he
Like,
didn't really
he
give
didn't
me
know.
what I wanted.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? So I was like, oh, you don't know me. So I'm going to use that for motivation.
Right.
So when I finally got on, I'm on Def Jam. I'm on the same, I think it was on Def Jam at the time. I'm on the same label you on, and I'm popping.
Right.
So when I heard Hip Hop Is Dead,
Yeah.
I immediately felt like,
Right.
you know, like, you basically saying because I'm on now.
Personal.
Right.
Right.
So they baited me in. They was like, what do you think about what he said? I was like, you know, Nas ain't never bust his gun. I was just going in.
Right.
But I don't even know him.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And the craziest thing is, there's a lot of people in this game that I don't have respect for because it's all a facade.
Right.
It's all about the money. It's all about the clout. It's all about, you know, what they want you to believe. But the more conversations Nas and I had, I feel like he's hip-hop's elite
Right.
because he is the big homie.
But how does this conversation start from you disagreeing with his statement?
Because how he handled me.
Okay.
He called me, he said, yo, what's up, young? He called me.
Oh, okay.
Off of that.
Oh, so
called
you
my
go
phone.
you go crazy on the
He
radio.
called my phone.
So okay.
I was ready to go to war about
Right.
that. I was ready for him to say something crazy. I just
Right.
couldn't wait. He said, what's up, King? He said, peace, King. I said, yo, what's going on? He's like, I can understand why you feel the way you feel. And he just kind of walked me through what his thought process was.
Dope.
And I
Dope.
felt so crazy on that phone.
Right.
And you know what I'm saying? By the time we got, I was like, yeah, you know I love your music. You know what I'm saying? we ought to do a song together one day, you know? And he was like, yeah, no, whatever you want. And when I called him for My President Is Black, he said, I got you. He sent that shit back in like 2 days. And pulled up in Atlanta in the hood by himself with a driver to shoot the video. And everything that I ever done in life that was an accomplishment for me, it's like a top 5 people that'll give me a call. One is Hove, the other one is Nas. He always, he hit me the other day. It's like, peace, King. That's it. You know what I'm saying? Or, peace, King, I see you. That's it. And to me, that's what leading by leadership is about, because if he would have got on my level and matched my energy, who knows what that would be.
It would have been all turmoil.
Right.
It would have been bad.
But not even just it being all bad. He would have instilled something in me to make me be like that when the next young cat say something about me.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's the wrong battery in your back.
Right. So now I'm like, oh yeah.
Maybe you not jumping, him not jumping at you, force you not to jump at like Freddie Gibbs or somebody else.
Because now I understand the frustration.
Right, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like we all want to be on. We all want to be important. We all want to be significant. We all know we talented. I told Freddie Gibbs that the day one. Right. Bro, you don't even need me.
Right.
Actually, I'm in your way.
Right. Wow.
I'm gonna be honest with you, I'm in your way.
Right.
I got too many issues out here.
Right.
I got bad things that I need to iron out because I haven't been the coolest guy with a lot of these execs. You know, I'm giving the business. So I'm still going off of my past of where I done checked these people and they never forgot. Now they're in positions of power. They're like, no, I'm not giving him the deal. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, I'm hurting you.
Wow.
I'm in your way. You got it. And he did that. You know, look at it.
God damn it.
Right.
So let me ask, you got a record with Kendrick and J. Cole.
Kendrick and J. Cole?
Yes.
What record
You don't
is it?
even remember? I got the name.
Oh,
American Dream.
Kendrick is on there. J. Cole is on there. Okay, so Kendrick is my man. Shout out to Kendrick. He's my guy.
Kendrick's ill.
J. Cole's my guy as well. And I shot J. Cole a text, sent him the record, and he loved it, and he did it. I was trying to get Kendrick to rap on the record, but he said he didn't feel it like that, so he'll do the hook. And or a bridge or something, what he did. And he did it, and I put it together. And I was like, wow. You know, because again, you know, for me.
This is the two hottest young boys.
Yeah.
Now you the OG.
Right. And
how did you get that though?
I mean, I think out of respect. You know what I'm saying? I just think out of respect and people seeing your vision as well. You know what I'm saying? Like, I remember Kendrick hit me about one of his records early on.
You see Kendrick new dance that he did on stage?
Yeah. Music, man, make you feel, you know.
I felt it do.
Right.
Let Kendrick live, man.
Right.
Let me Kendrick live. This is a big up. It's just I can't move like that.
Right.
It's like he killed it.
Right.
And he felt like a South Settler. You could put reggaeton music right there. It fits right there.
He's looking like a vaquero.
Yeah.
No, I think it's out of respect. I mean, even Andre 3000, when I reached out to him for I Do, you know, Andre don't really do features like that.
Right.
And he was just like, yo, send it. He knocked it out.
You can't pay Andre.
Huh?
You can't pay Andre.
Yeah, it's not about money for
Andre. And even when he came out to do my 10-year anniversary show, when he came out, it was like seeing a unicorn. And I remember, the crazy thing, I remember.
Pink unicorn.
Right, pink unicorn.
Yeah.
I remember seeing him, I was twice. So for the song, I'm coming downstairs, Mr. C's in LA, the hotel, and he's at the elevator. I'm like, Dre, what's going on? We sit down and talk 15 minutes. I got this record. He said, send it to me. Knocks it out. This is like fast forward 4 years later. I'm at the same hotel. I'm in the lobby. He's coming down the elevator. I'm like, yo.
Do he got a guitar?
No, he had a flute, I think.
The flute, that's what he's rocking with, the flute.
And he said, I said, yo, Dre, I'm doing this 10-year anniversary next week. I'd love for you to come out. He said, give me your number, I'll call you. He called me the day before. He's like, I talked to my homies there. They said I should do this. I said, yo, you gotta come. I had Ye, I had Dre. The list goes on, it was crazy. And he's like, yeah, I'll do it. He came.
Say Ye and Drake?
No, Ye and Dre, Andre 3000.
Okay, so my bad.
Ye, Dre, and you know, Boys in the Hood. It was crazy. So like my 10-year anniversary, he came, he rocked. When he walked out, bro, it's like, I think it took people at least a couple minutes to realize
this
who he
nigga
was.
never out. Yeah.
Right,
he's
never
important,
come out.
man.
And it was crazy because he wanted the mic with the cord. You know what I'm saying? Like he wanted the.
You want to make sure no bullshit happens with that mic.
But that happened to me
with
twice in my
Temptation.
career though. Because when I was on the Blueprint 3 tour with Jay, we had Madison Square Garden, right? And all you heard on the radio was about Lil Wayne going to jail for his gun charge. That's all you heard, right? So I already had Drake, and I had Nicki Minaj to come out on my set, right? So I'm coming in the London Hotel in New York, and guess who's on the elevator? Wayne. And I said, damn, man, I thought you had to turn yourself in today. He said, you never believe this. The courthouse flooded, so I got to turn myself in tomorrow. I said, you got to come out tonight on my set. He said, bet, I'm there. So I bring Nicki Minaj out doing my set. I know, because I remember Jay peeking behind the curtains like, what the hell? Because I'm Jay on tour, but I come out in the middle of Jay's set. and do my set, and then he comes back out. I remember Jay peeking behind the curtains like, what the hell is going on out there? So I brought out Nicki Minaj first, and then I brought out Drake, and then I brought Wayne out, and we did I'm Going In with Drake. And when Wayne came out there, man, the whole building was just like, it was the craziest shit I've ever seen, like, as far as shows. And I was just like, damn. But the whole thing was, everybody in New York thought he was in jail.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? So that elevator's important. If you see somebody come out the elevator, you know, go ahead and make that, you know what I mean?
Right. Or the bathroom.
Right. No, not the bathroom. Terrible.
But you got, look at the names you're listing. It's like anybody's top 5.
Right.
You got Wayne, Kendrick,
Is
Andre,
anybody you wanted
Jay-Z.
to work with that you didn't work with?
I would have loved to work with Pac before he passed.
Yeah.
But the only other person I would want to work with is Sade.
Sade.
Yeah, like
Sade.
Because I always, Maxwell was one, but one day I was in New York and I was just hanging out, and me and Maxwell had got real cool. He just came, pulled up on me in the studio, and we did this record, just out of the blue. We recorded a song, and it's on one of my drives. I've been looking for it for like 6 years. So
You never put it out?
No, so I'm telling him when I find that drive, I'm putting it out. But me and Maxwell got a record.
Okay.
He was one of the ones I wanted to do something with, but Sade. And,
Did y'all record the verses in the tub?
No.
Together? Fuck, bro.
Fuck no.
I just feel like Maxwell lays verses in a tub.
No. I don't do that.
Like him. Like
Actually, he laid his verses in the control room. He wanted a mic with a cord.
Right.
And he's sitting there like he's performing.
Okay, that's hard.
So, yeah.
I knew it was going to be something different.
Ain't no tubs over here.
It's not
bro.
regular.
Fuck out
That's
here.
far away from a tub.
and I mean this in all due respect, Maxwell. I mean this.
But yeah, no, I had an amazing run. Like I feel like, and I'm just getting started. I feel like that even when I think about all the stuff me and Hov had done, and it's not just because it's top tier. It's just because we got things that people don't have. Like meaning like we got history in our records, and anybody that I've done a record with, you take Kanye, you take Hov, you take you name it.
Drake.
You know what I'm saying? Dirk, Drake, Nas. It was always a point where we pushed the envelope a little bit and made, just something that was legendary. Mm-hmm. So I'm very happy about that. Because again, I didn't come into the game to be a rapper.
That's the crazy part.
Right. I was trying to be a CEO.
And now you're with the top.
Right. Yeah. And it's been times where, I've been in the studio with people and I'm just like, yo, how in the hell, you know what I'm saying, am I going, and that's my best work. Because I've been with Jay, doing Seen It All. And, you see Jay-Z in the studio, they ain't, you know what I'm saying, that's different. Yeah. Even Ross.
Right.
Yeah, shout out Ross, yeah.
Shout out Ross, yeah.
But let's go to Better Believe It featuring Boosie.
Oh, man.
We just had Boosie on here.
Let's not even talk about the song.
Just the experience?
The experience.
Yeah.
Boosie is one of a kind, by the way.
Yes. We noticed.
And right. And I really respect Boosie's perspective because that's what our aunties and uncles taught us. Yeah. He's never forgot that, though.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, he understands that's what it is. And probably because he's so...
You know what Boosie is to me? And I'm going to say this wrong, but y'all going to mean what I said. Boosie reminds me of the fly that... the thing that when you go to your grandma's house, she got the thing on the coming from the ceiling to get the flies.
The fly catcher?
And the leather
sofa.
The plastic on the sofa.
Yeah.
I mean, it's old school moral.
Yeah.
No, listen,
Like,
first of all, and I'm not saying because I'm not preaching violence or whatever. Yeah. When I hung out, Boosie called me when Boosie first, two things that happened with Boosie. I was with him when he first got out, the last time he got out. And then he called me when we did Better Believe It to come to Baton Rouge. Well, actually, he called me before that. I was headed to Texas or something, and he was doing a giveaway for some kids. And I told my tour bus driver to turn the bus around. We drove to Baton Rouge.
Get my shot.
And I went out there and with him and gave away bicycles and all that. So that's how I knew how embedded he was in the community.
The community, right?
Like, that's who he is. Like he got a great heart. Mm-hmm. But when we did Better Believe It, I came down. And I stayed in this hotel in Baton Rouge. So if you know anything about Baton Rouge, I'm a 5-star guy. I'm like, oh shit, like this is great. Room service, like what we doing? And I go there and we do the video. And this is the first time I ever seen extendo clips. Every little guy that was with Boosie had him hanging out his pocket. And I was just like, what is that? You know what I'm saying? Like, what's going on? And he pulled it out. I was like, oh shit. You know what I'm saying? So I was just like, So that's the first thing I noticed about him. He don't got no security. It's just those little guys that be with him. But then what I immediately noticed was the type of respect that he had where he's from. Because Boosie's like a god of Baton Rouge, bro. Yeah. Like, I'm talking about, like, he's presidential. Right. And we go do the video. Video goes well. So now I'm in Baton Rouge. There's no flight leaving out. So I got to stay the night. So what you going to do when you're in Baton Rouge? He's like, let's go to the club. I'm like, yeah, bet. Come pick me up. So they come pick me up about 10, 15 cars deep. So I'm like, we going to the club. I got my jewels on, my smell good. You know what I'm saying? I'm thinking we about to go hit it. We pull up in front of a house. It's 1 million cars at this house. Right?
You went to a house party in Baton Rouge?
But this is the club. You know what I'm saying?
Sounds dangerous.
1 million cars.
That sounds like fun.
Get your shot ready.
So we walk in this house.
Like a lot of fun.
We walk in this house. This is no lie. We walk in this house, and it is cracking. You walk through the house, then you get to the backyard, and that's where the club is at. So it's in the backyard, in a fence. Got a picture booth, a bar, everybody out there. It's crazy. And
it's a full-fledged club.
It's a house, though.
Yes, it's a house, though. It's a club.
It's like you go to the house in the neighborhood, but that's the club. And I'm just sitting around, I'm like, oh, shit. Like, this is the club. So we went in there, we lit it up. We had a great time. And then, I never forget, I told Boosie when he got in trouble, I was like, yo, bro, you got to get out of Baton Rouge because, like, really, you too big. You know what I'm saying? And I think the last time he got in trouble, we talked, and I just remember him moving to Atlanta. Right. So I'm just really happy that he got himself out of the situation because he was, what it was, in my eyes, and I don't even know if he see it the same way, he's too powerful there. And there was no
But he
way.
said it, though. He said most rappers get murdered in their city. Yeah. That's the reason why he got out of his own.
But I don't even think that. I think with law enforcement, he was too powerful. Right. And they wasn't gonna let that go on for long. Because the last time I talked to Boosie, he was like, he wrote me a letter, and he said they was trying to give him the death penalty. Right. So imagine you reading the letter, and you sitting there, and it's just like, yo, you know, this is what I'm going through, you know, and they giving me the death penalty, and I'm just like, damn, like, you know what I'm saying? So shout out to Boosie for making it out of that.
Let's take this whole shot.
You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Boosie for shout out for Boosie for getting back on his feet.
Hell yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Doing it how the real ones do it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Man, that was beautiful, man. That was beautiful. Okay, shit, man. Welcome back.
Yeah. Yes, sir.
When did you what was that record? Like, what was your mind frame?
I mean, it was like I did it, and then I put it on a mixtape as well, and it blew from there as well. It was me, him, and Webby, and I just always knew that Bun B and Pimp C had a real love for them. You know what I'm saying? And they had this whole Chitlin circuit thing on lock, where they was booked like every day of the week. Right. And even when they came through town, it was just like every hood, every ghetto, they was out. Right. You know what I'm saying? We called Boosie
He went crazy on Atlanta at one point, though.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah. He said it wasn't even the same time zone.
Right.
Yeah, I didn't never understand.
Yeah, I didn't understand that either. I knew Bun.
Right.
I didn't know Pimp until we got out.
Oh, okay, okay.
Yeah, I knew Bun. I didn't know Pimp until we got out. And when we did get the role with me, him, and Jay-Z.
Okay.
Right.
And then everything was worked out.
I mean, it wouldn't. I didn't have an issue.
Right.
Right. You know what I'm saying? I just think a lot of the things that he was saying, people kind of thought he was talking about me.
Right.
But I didn't know him, so I didn't get that.
It couldn't have been about you.
Right. I didn't get that.
Well, you know what, Jeezy, man? Gonna be honest. You gave us everything, man. I would like to take one more shot with you.
Come on, let's do it, baby.
I would like to take one more shot. The hard nod. The hard nod.
Let's do it. Only N.O.R.E.
Yes, yo, nah, Jeezy, man, I'm gonna be honest, man. You're a legend. You're a person that needs, deserves to be. Where the my drink at? Oh, shit. My bad.
Watermelon, baby.
Yeah, that watermelon. That needs to be respected. You paid your dues. You played the game right. You did everything you're supposed to do.
Still in it.
We want to always salute you. We want to always respect you. That's what our show is about. Now everybody else want to give out flowers. Right. Now everybody else want to give props. We've been doing that.
Right.
We've been doing that. And because your story is beautiful, man. Your story is a real one. Your story needs to be repeated. So when is the official Snofall date?
Snofall 10/21, October 21st. Back in my bag. Just expect nothing but greatness, man. I'm really happy about this because, again, it's just like me and Drama. Right. So we linking
and
up.
he's hosting this, or this is
No, he's hosting it.
He's hosting it. Okay.
Bringing it back.
So you're gonna hear that drum.
Yeah, that talk.
Woo.
And don't forget, check us on Patreon.
Oh yeah, we on
Patreon.com/Drink Champs.
Oh yeah.
Behind the
and listen,
scenes.
let me just say you something, Jeezy. When you do a non-political podcast, we want to talk to you about it.
Say less.
Cause yeah. We want to help you out.
Say less.
You know what I mean?
My God.
We want to help you. What's up, my brother? Yo, man, thank y'all. Your whole crew was very professional. All of them. They came, make sure they set up. Make sure the product was there. I love your whole crew, even down to the security. Security wanted to make sure you know where to walk. I love all that.
Right.
I love all that.
Absolutely.
Because you know why? This is my last question. Do you move different now that all of these rappers are disappearing?
I wouldn't say move different. Is that I move how I know how to move because I know nobody's exempt.
Right.
Meaning that I'm never gonna let nobody desensitize me because of my position.
Right.
I know what it is. It's been that way.
Right.
Since I jumped off the porch, ain't nothing changed. You know what I'm saying? It's just a little more active. But I thank God for being through the things that I went through on the street level, because I feel like that's what got me to where I'm at as far as, you know, morals and not just flipping and doing crazy things. Of course, everybody got their stuff, but what I'm saying is, like, I think that's the best gift I ever received is survival.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And what you're saying, it makes a lot of sense, because when you met me, I was living for survival.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Or out of survival. And the reason why it's so zen, because now I'm living out of love.
Right.
Meaning that, you know,
too.
I employ people. You know what I'm saying? They get a chance to live out their dreams. You know what I'm saying? I've accumulated things that you don't have.
Jeez, I ain't want to take no more shots.
Right. You know what I'm saying?
Giving this great speech.
You want to take more shots?
No, this speech, guys. Come on, how
You know what I'm
can you
saying?
not?
But it's different than living out of survival and living out of love, because just like I love what I do, I love my people, I love, you know, what I represent. You know, I love getting better, I love evolving, I love giving game. You know what I'm saying? I love surviving. So it's just like, you know, it's a different world now, meaning that, you know, when I said sky's the limit, you know, that was half the truth. Ain't no limit.
It ain't.
You know what I'm saying?
Just a view.
Yes, that's it. You know what I'm saying? And now I see that more than ever. So it's just like, but, however, I don't forget what I'm a child of and where I come from, the cloth that I am. Yeah. Because that's what keeps me safe. And that's why I'm able to go in these places and be around these people, because I was in Detroit 2 days ago. Felt like I was home, you know what I'm saying, on the block. Right. You know, shout out to 4-1, you know, Pinko Ave, Strathmore. But at the same time, my head on the swivel just like theirs. You know what I'm saying? Because the police pull up, guess what? We all together. They don't care that I'm Jeezy. Right. You know what I'm saying? So, right. But at the same time, I love that, because that's the one thing that I have when I walk in the room and do business with these execs that they don't have. Right. They don't got that. They don't got that natural instinct. They don't got that know how to survive. They don't got that off the top of the head come up with a solution like that. Ain't nothing to even think about. They don't got that fearless, just fearless drive in them. And it's just like when I sit in the room with them and we're doing these deals, they doing a deal to get money. You know what I'm saying? That's cool. I'm doing these deals based off legacy. Right. What I'm gonna leave behind, and what's example, how can I boss somebody up that's a part of my team? How can I make you the COO now? Right. How can I make you the CEO now? You know what I'm saying? How can I make you an A&R now? How can I make you an artist now? You know what I'm saying? And by the time this come out, I want to shout out to the newest member of the family, Haiti Baby. We just signed him to CTE. We just signed him to Def Jam. So shout out to Haiti Baby. You know what I'm saying? Superstar. He's going. Shout out to N.O.R.E. Everything we got going. Shout out to Agency 99.
And let me just tell you, Jeezy, you know, hold on, I'm gonna take this too. Look, I'm gonna take it down. So I'm gonna tell you something. This is how Pharrell ended his interview. So I'm gonna kind of end yours with this way. Pharrell knows me for a long time. Me and him made history together. So Pharrell looks and says, "Where's your wife at?" And then he looks and he goes, his transition came from you.
His transition came
He's saying my transition came from her.
Right.
And what I'm trying to say is, I want to big up your wife. I want to big up.
Sure.
Yeah, I know they don't want to get little family issues.
Right.
But as a married street dude,
Right.
I want to salute you because I gotta give your wife her props.
For sure.
Because she got a lot to do with that as well.
For sure. Shout out to Miss Jenkins.
Goddamn.
Yeah.
And that's it. Come on, let's wrap this motherfucker. Oh, I got 15 more questions.
Take a picture.
Let's take a picture. Come on, let's take a picture in the promo. But goddamn it, make some noise for Jeezy. Goddamn it.